Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel for No Offense, All Offense, the live show where I, stand-up comedian Joleen Lunzer, and Pop Culture Vulture give you my uncensored opinion about all things reality TV, pop culture news, all different things. So, warning, as you know, we take a comedic look at everything, but I'm very opinionated. However, you can have differing opinions and you can have your opinions in the live chat right now or in the comment section after the video post. So happy Thursday to everyone, you guys, as we are nearing the end of the year to a new year very soon. Can't even believe it. 2024, here we come. We have a lot of fun stuff to talk about today. Oh my God, every time you guys warn me, why does my husband think that is funny to do? I need to pay someone to get a compilation together of all the times Chell has scared the literal uterus out of me. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, I got to put on my cheap Target choker for this. Oh, what? That was my husband, Wendy, Chell. And he likes to come into my office because I need to move the desk. I put the desk toward the window and a little away from the wall. So it's kind of in the middle of the room. And the door is in the corner right behind me. And he likes to come in and sneak up on me and yell that he loves me, which seems like it would be a nice thing, a husband telling a wife he loves her. But this is the scariest possible way someone can tell you that they love you. So hopefully you guys didn't get as scared as I did, because every time I am terrified. All right, you guys, hit that like if you haven't already. Let's get a like goal. You guys feel free to sound off in the live chat and let me know what our like goal should be today, and we will try to hit it. Yesterday, I don't know if we hit our like goal yesterday. I'll have to double check. If you want to support the channel further than liking or subscribing, we are on our way to 36K, you guys. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. You can always send a super chat while we're live. You can send I'll highlight your comment, just like Mtronics did for super chat live. Thank you so much, Mtronics. Appreciate you. Or you can send a super thanks after the video posts, or you can hit me up on the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. All the information at the bottom of the screen. All my socials are in the description of this video. So we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. Thank you, Amy. If you would like a pair, go to Costco. I got them at Costco. They're just my little serial killer glasses. And yeah. All right. Yvonne, again, coming through. 700. Yvonne thinks we deserve it, and I think we do too. Yep. I think Chell should create a blooper reel for me for all these times, because I don't know where. I can't find a bomb. Monty, I'm so very sorry to hear that you lost your little fur baby yesterday. I really need Jolene to say, well, we will make you laugh, Monty, you guys. Put your hearts in the chat. Send Monty all your love and healing vibes. That is a horrible and tragic loss. And so we're here for you, Monty, and we're going to make you laugh. We'll make you laugh. That's what we'll do. We're having a laugh. Hello, Sandy. Hello. Jamie B says, hey, hoochies, make sure to hit the like. Hit the like, hoochies. Thank you, Miss T, for the love and hearts for Monty. We appreciate you, and that's just such a hard loss. So let's have some fun. Let's have some laughs, and let's do the damn thing, because life is hard. Okay. So first things first, turns out Americory still hates Cameron. VP25 will not stop. Okay. It refuses to stop. So let's take a listen to them. America seems to be doing more lives on her channel. If you don't catch them on Instagram live, you can go to the channel See You When I Want. That's the letter C and U, the letter U, when I want. I think when is spelled W-E-N. I'll put it in the chat for you guys so you can see it. See You When I Want. I think this is the channel name on YouTube, and they are really good about reposting all of the Instagram lives we might miss, because a lot of times these Big Brother people, they go live and then they don't post them. So you have to catch it right when it's happening. Now I have an app where I can go in, but I got to pay. So I don't do it unless it's like, it's worth the $3.99 to unlock their Instagram lives. So shout out to See You When I Want for doing that. Okay. So according to Big Brother Extra, one of our faves on Twitter, they said American Corey still not over Cameron winning America's favorite house guest. Corey planned to send everyone a Christmas present apart from Cam. So let's take a listen to them. Okay.
So Corey was asking everybody for their address, the whole cast, minus Cam, to send them Christmas presents. And, you know, Felicia was the only one to be like, wait, who are you? Prove that it's you. Send me a video saying this sentence or something like that. And I was like, Felicia, you were so smart. This is you. So Corey was asking everybody for their address, the whole cast, minus Cam, to send them...
minus Cam. So Americory is still very much anti-Cam. Sound off in the chat. Do you think it's time for Americory to move on? Do you think hate him forever? I mean, I don't mind. I don't care if they dislike Cameron for the rest of their lives. That is their prerogative. They can do that. They had to live in a house with the guy. And allegedly Cameron might be hooking up or, you know, dating maybe Tiffany Mitchell from BB23, who was on the BB Reindeer Games as well. You know, and we've talked about that in previous... No offense, all offense. Okay. And to that couple, I say, huh? Okay. That's random. I never expected Tiffany to hook up with Cameron from this past season, but I mean, the heart wants. What's the heart wants? All right. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Joseph says, are America and Corey jealous that Cameron was selected to be on Reindeer Games? I mean, I'm sure there's a little jealousy. I would say probably more, or maybe I think, I don't know if it's jealousy or they just don't understand why he was picked. Jamie B says, I still dislike Americory. Jamie B is never going to get on the Americory bandwagon. Let's see. Natalie says, I just saw a video of a fan saying in Riley's chat, and then she dodged a bullet with Matt. Oh, well, you know, we did play a video of Riley yesterday saying she hasn't talked to Matt in a long time. So, because he's got a new girl. He's got a new Riley. Vogueville says, sounds jelly to me. Maybe a little peanut butter and jelly. Maybe a little peanut butter and jelly. Let's see. When the cast took the easy way out, Joseph is saying, and got rid of him first, they were on episode 2 recap of rhobh Has a Podcast, and especially America was happy that Cameron was out first. Well, I mean, I was happy he was out first too, so I didn't really want to watch Cameron. I just watched him. I was kind of over it. Lady Di says, Monty, I went through the same thing, and Jolene was there to help the pit. You guys, I am not sure she even knows how important these are to us. Lady Di, love you. Yeah. We got to laugh. We have to laugh. We have to laugh. Angie says, if America felt disrespected and he hasn't acknowledged his actions, she doesn't need to get over it. I mean, yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. They don't like the guy. You know, that's the thing with these seasons. You're going to be put in a house with people that you wouldn't normally talk to. And I'll tell you, if I had to deal with Cameron, I wouldn't like it. But I also wouldn't want to really deal with Corey because he picks his nose. Okay. And he eats it. Okay. I'm sorry. Jolene, stop it. Stop it. I'll be an America fan for life because, again, she says she hates the Hitman. And I was like, I don't like the Hitman either. The BB16 alliance. So, yes. Shawnee, thank you for the heart in the chat. So, Americory, they were getting ready to go bowling, I believe. I grabbed some of their live to see if there was any more meat in it. Let's take a look and see here, because I have some things I want us to go over and roast on that I've uploaded here. So let's get to it. Okay, you guys. Let's see. All right. Where are they? Videos. Here we go. The Americory live. Okay, it's still uploading, but we do have a little bit of audio here. Let's see if there's anything fun we can
see if, like, is your Jared were like the vote wasn't flipping yet.
Okay, they're talking about the vote flip. Corey, people were like, Corey, you're changing history in the chat. So that was a little boring. And then America goes to get Corey another drink.
New Year's plans? I have no idea. Something. You home to Texas tomorrow? Kirsten, I remember we were confused in the house because, like, I thought you were from, like, 5 different places. I remember you saying you were from Texas. You were like, okay, I'm from Orlando. Maybe you said you were in Orlando for a while.
Oh, then Kirsten popped in the chat. And Kirsten said that she loves America because America was the only one who attempted to save her this season of BB25. And then Corey pretended to know anything about Kirsten, and he really didn't know anything about Kirsten.
But you also had some time in California. Am I just misremembering? Because I remember in the house, we were trying to figure out, like, where the hell was Kirsten from? I don't know if that was you trying to, like, connect with people that first week because, obviously, it was in a bad spot. But, like, it was cracking me up because I was like, someone's like, she's from Texas. I thought she was from Florida. But
We don't know.
That's funny. I haven't watched Amazing Race in years.
And this is like this is the thing with the lives. You never know when you're gonna catch something good, so you gotta like really pay attention if they're gonna spill anything. But it looks like they're filming in America's bedroom. He's in Texas with her and her family. It looks like her family changed their mind and they're like, hey, you can have a sleepover. We're not against that anymore. And they're just getting ready, having some cocktails. Little cocktails.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, there's no more Smirnoff. Allegedly.
And I think, I don't know if this is tea for me. Corey was drinking some Smirnoff Ice. I didn't even know they still make Smirnoff Ice. Granted, I haven't drank in years and years and years, but I was like, put it in the chat if anyone is a Smirnoff Ice fan. But no, when you have all the options out there, who's really choosing Smirnoff Ice? I feel like that's like picking Zima, but I digress.
You've never seen High School Musical. That's on the.
Oh, and then America's never seen Hamilton. And it took me a long time to see Hamilton though too. And he's never seen High School Musical. I've never seen High School Musical, but I think I was getting drunk and blacking out when like people that came out for the people who were in high school, and I was like an adult.
He's never seen High School Musical, and it is a New Year's movie, I say.
So she's gonna have him watch that. Okay, let's see if I can find anything. Do they say anything toward the end here? Okay, let's see.
Constantly, so they know, you know. So I think they're like, you know, fuck it, let's let them have the room. My parents letting us that like this has never happened before. It's not a thing. It doesn't, you know.
Oh, the parents are like, oh, you can get with that debater. Let's hear what she says about her parents changing their tune about her having a boy sleepover.
Your identity that are so unbelievably interesting. Like, if you're like, I'm a Kennedy, then maybe that's something you front load. But, like, they're looking for, like, personality and shit. Or if you're...
Oh, people always ask, and this is what he's addressing right now, is the best way to get on Big Brother casting, go to the casting calls. America, allegedly, she said she was the only house guest this season who got on the show by going to those open calls. The rest were either recruited or they submitted a video. And Corey said he submitted a video, a really quick one. He didn't really get into, you know, his background and debate and all of that, or who his brother was in his first video. But then in his callback, that's when he brought that stuff up. And America said she went to the open, you know, casting call where some of them at restaurants and stuff. And she was just like, but she didn't talk a lot about her background either, like being first generation or going to Brown. So they were just giving a little insight into that.
Identity stuff is so eye-grabbing, but otherwise, just like, you want them to want to hear more from you. I'm right about it.
Okay.
If it's
the best is when Corey leaves the lives, because then America starts spilling tea.
Yes, it should be.
That's true, Steven. Best way to get on Big Brother, easiest way, don't apply for it.
Because of Corey, like there's actually a line sometimes for the bathroom here at home. I have 5 younger siblings, 4 of them still live at home. So yeah, it's tough to get the bathroom time. No, we're not in Dallas, Texas. I'm 9 hours south of Dallas. We're in Edinburgh, Texas. Yeehaw! Put on 956.
I don't even know where that is.
And we're going bowling in a bit, so that's very exciting. I haven't been bowling in forever, but I think this is a very bowling outfit. So very excited. How to go with Corey meeting the family? I think it's going well. Corey's kind of quiet and shy, and my siblings are like mega super shy, and they're, I think, a little bit starstruck too, because they think of like I'm just a regular person and I just came back like I do once a year from wherever I live. But like with Corey, it's like, oh my God, we saw him on TV. Like he's like a reality TV star, which is so funny. We actually got stopped at the airport. This guy like yelled after us, and he didn't see our names. He just like tapped us on the shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, are you guys reality TV stars?" And me and Corey were like didn't know how to answer that, because we're like in our heads like, no, I wouldn't call myself a star. But we're like, oh, we just said like, oh, we were on Big Brother, and he's like, yes, Corey in America, and then we started talking, which was funny.
And she's drinking more wine. Doing her hair.
I don't know how to save the lives. So yeah, I'm super surprised. My parents actually let me have the room with Corey, which is like super unusual. But honestly, I feel like they saw all the live feeds. I mean, I don't know how much they watch, but like they were on the live feeds constantly, so they know, So I think they're like, okay, let's let them have the room. My parents letting us, that like this has never happened before. It's not a thing. It doesn't,
Corey's like, yeah.
Where are you going out? The hottest club.
So, I mean, starstruck by Corey. Well, I think Donna, America's parents are even starstruck by Corey because they're letting him sleep in the same room with her. And I guess their rules were, no, you cannot unless you put a ring on it. And America's family's like, but he's famous. Okay. So famous, it's different, I guess. They're starstruck. And okay, so I've been to Brownsville a million times because we have a lot of family in Brownsville, Texas. So that makes sense. And my husband says it's in South Texas, Kitty. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Bye, Jamie B. Have fun at the outlet mall. She seems to spill shit when she's drunk. Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does. So we need her to get a little bit of a little bit of white wine in her. Okay, so Natalie's coming in talking about thank you, Natalie. Okay, so Jared and Blue. So we have the breakup of Matt and Riley, the showmans, no mans that they tried to push down our throat, and it was really nothing. All right, so let's look at Jared. Let's look at his Insta. And do we know he's back with the girlfriend? I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I figured they kind of were probably back right away. Now, I did have access to the girlfriend's Instagram and saw that Sari was commenting a lot on her Insta, but I don't remember what her Instagram handle is. So if you know it, put it in the chat. But from the looks of his Instagram, he's not, posting anything about said relationship, but maybe this was spoken about on the podcast. And so we'll take a look at that as well, because we have the first and second episode of the Jared and Sari podcast that might give us more insight into that. All right, so let's pull that up, you guys, and see. We'll just listen to a little bit and see how Jared is going to get out of tanking Sari's game, because they have a podcast and it is the Mother Knows Best, or Does She? No one asked for. Now, I would love a Sari Felicia podcast, a Sari anyone else podcast, but sadly, Sari that's her son. She loves him. Not sadly, she loves him, but she's trying to make Jared happen still. So here is the first episode, you guys. Let's take a little listen, because we have more things I want to talk about today, but now is a great time to get into that. Let's do lo-fi. Let's get it as well, podcast, and we can roast and recap part of it and see. If you can't hear it, let me know in the chat. But hear this.
We'd like to welcome everybody to the first episode of Mother Knows Best. Or does she?
I'm Sari Fields.
I'm Jared Fields.
And there's a lot of questions. And Jared, you owe me a lot of answers. So let's jump right into
Oh,
it.
Jared, you're in
Okay,
trouble.
so, I mean, straight out the gate, you know, I can't pull no punches, even though you're my youngest son and I love you to death do us part. We had a plan.
Oops, sorry. I just unshared it.
This is one that I thought about.
Going back in here, let me
The
rewind it a little
moment
bit.
it-
Sorry, guys.
I mean, straight out the gate, you know, I can't pull no punches, even though you're my youngest
Sorry.
son and I love you to death do us part. We had a plan going in, right? What happened to the plan, bro?
Oh man, it's funny because this is one that I thought about. The moment it left my mouth, I was like, damn, I think I just did something that I shouldn't have did. And I felt that it wasn't right after the fact.
He's
but
lying.
Leading up to that moment,
Lying.
I truly was trying to solidify my Izzy, right? Like,
Wait, so let's be clear. Let's tell the audience what it is. What is it that you're talking about?
my relationship with Blue.
I know, but what left your mouth?
Oh, the it is me telling Blue that you were my mom.
Oh my God. What on God's green earth made you think? We spent hours discussing how to.
I don't remember if Chel's in the chat, let me know, but the first time we stayed at his parents' house, I don't remember if we were married yet and stayed in the same room, but I don't remember if his mom was okay with that or not. It's been so long. It's been so long since our premaritals. But I see that Angie's saying in the chat, not, let's see. It's a big no-no in traditional Latino families. I know from experience, LOL, Angie says, and Jada said, I'm Latina, and my parents nearly had my head on a stick when I brought a boy home just to pick up a book for homework. Oh my gosh. Not married. We dated for several years. Yeah, I was in my 30s. Did your mom let us sleep in the same room? I don't remember if we did or if we didn't. We probably snuck in. Okay. All right. Let's keep playing this.
To go undetected.
Yeah.
We went as far as saying, let's not sit next to each other because we look so much alike. Let's kind of stay away from each
That
other.
makes sense,
And
Phoebe.
you thought that it would be wise
Got
to
it.
share the secret in a game
Mhm.
where pairs, bromance, showmance, definitely family
Yeah.
mance,
Man.
pairs are targeted.
My husband said, come on in, Teddy. My husband said she even gave us the make a kid Mexican blanket. She did. But we didn't make no babies. Okay. Let me rewind just a little. I'm gonna focus now.
Look so much alike. Let's kind of stay away from each other. And you thought that it would be wise to
Oh,
share
Sari.
the secret in a game
Mhm.
where pairs, bromance, showmance, definitely family
Yeah.
mance,
Man,
pairs are targeted.
man.
You got to make me understand that.
I don't really think, honestly, like it was a part of my gameplay, and it was a move that it's like the same thing that, I always reference sports, right? Because that's what I grew up playing. And I simply just think back to anytime we had a play where it was like, damn, we should have ran to the left instead of running to the right. As simple as that. And I try not to dwell on it too much because I know at the time that when I was in that moment, I felt as if this was the right thing to do. You had Izzy, right? And Izzy was
my
like
God.
die hard for you and for me, but I
Jealous.
didn't
Jelly.
feel that the connection that you and Izzy had with me. And I would even tell Izzy sometimes, like, when you get to the end, like, it's all right to take her. Like, I know that's your dream. This is your idol, essentially, right? And you're here with her, and I get it, right? So when I couldn't be around you, who was my, you're my obvious person in there, and then I really couldn't be around Izzy because y'all was always together. So that was another pair I really couldn't be around. I was kind of left by myself to struggle and figure out where I could fit in and who I could bring in and say, hey, you're my person. Like,
I feel like Jared's being very dramatic with this, trying to find his Izzy right away. You found all the young people, and this is a lot, Jared. This is okay, all right, but he has had a lot of time to think about this.
I trust you 1000%. I tried from day one to do that with Matt. And believe it or not, I felt as if we had a relationship, and then Matt started getting more closer. Matt got closer to Riley, and then I felt me and Matt getting more distant. And I just never felt that Matt or anybody else in that house, for that sense, was gonna treat me as they treated each other as their number ones.
But here's my question where I'm gonna interject. I'm your number one always.
Right.
Yep.
So you had a number one
Right.
in me. So you wanted
Mhm.
an additional, which we all did. I
Right.
get it. You want to cover yourself on all sides.
Mhm.
But was there anything else other than our most detrimental, in a game where information is currency,
Yeah.
that type of information
Yeah.
was worth $750,000.
Yeah, and it could have cost us that.
Right.
And I remember watching from home
Jared.
after I got voted out, and when I saw that it was a possibility you and Blue was going up on the block together the first time, I'm like, damn, I hope this ain't it.
Right.
I hope this ain't the time where I'm, because like I said, part of me regretted it as soon as I did it, because I knew like, damn, I didn't have to do that.
Right.
No.
But the other half was
Here's
like,
the
all right,
thing.
if she just hold it down.
Jared shared the information because he wanted to brag. He wanted to tell Blue like, he wasn't doing it for like trust issues or so he get more trust or get someone in the game. He was like, maybe I got my mom here. Maybe it was kind of like it was pillow talk. It was him trying to impress the other house guests. He did it throughout the season with dropping little hints and almost like bragging that he has the LeBron James of Survivor and competition show players as his mom. So he did it as a flex. He didn't do it in a strategic way, in my opinion. From what I saw, it was never for strategy. It was always for ego. It was always for a flex. And it seems like Jared has maybe gotten some baby doors in the past, some Virginia, if you will, through his mom's name and throwing her credentials out there. But then in the next breath, he still has that ego about him that he's like, I need to pave the way for myself and my own game. And it's like, no, you will, but just listen to what your mom says, who has all the experience doing this. You've only watched. She's actually done it.
Hold it down. Don't say nothing. Not would I not regret this situation still, but it will make me feel a little bit better about my decision.
Yeah,
I know, but that's putting a lot of faith in people.
Oh yeah, I put a lot of eggs in that basket.
Ooh,
I put a lot of eggs in that basket. I put a lot of eggs in that basket, and fortunately, it panned out for me, right?
Right.
But if for whatever reason she decided to disconnect, we would have been toast. And that's where I was like, damn, that's where I knew it was the wrong move. Because even with Izzy, who I trusted to the moon and back,
right?
It was always that possibility of
that
damn,
question.
What if?
Right.
Because she has crucial information, and we couldn't do nothing about that.
Right.
So the fact that I gave it to somebody else who didn't have it made me feel like,
right.
Why you do that, man? But like I said, once it happened, I knew that I couldn't take it back. I tried to kind of play with it a little bit just so it wasn't so obvious, but after a while, once she started catching on the small little things, then it was like, all right, now it's over.
Right.
So
remember when there was a moment where Blue was kind of like, maybe it's Miss Felicia. Miss Felicia's his mom. So she didn't know who to be overly nice to and say, I am a great person. I watch my friends' babies. I know I'm sitting in a bikini with you all and say I like to party and want to be an influencer, but I also have held a baby and the baby liked me, but I have never changed a baby, but I could change a baby. Tell me more about being old. And Blue had that awkward day where she was just going around to Felicia and Suri, mostly Felicia, not knowing who she needs to kiss up to, who might be her future mother-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So here's my other question. I started playing these games in 2005.
Thank you, Suri. Give him your resume.
In 2023.
Mm-hmm.
You have to give a nod to experience.
Oh, yes.
I felt as though you weren't taking advantage of that experience that I brought to the game. And I get that you don't want to ever be thought of as riding your mom's coattails. You want to pave your own way. And I admire that in you. That's one of the things that I take credit for because I brought y'all up. Like, don't just listen to it and go with it. If you ain't feeling it, you have a mind of your own. You can make your own decisions as long as you do it respectfully. However, I felt a lot of times that you didn't take this experience, this knowledge that I brought to the table and use it to your advantage. I felt almost like, and I get it. The reason we thought it would be beneficial for us to play the game together is because you could play your game, I could play my game, and we can meet somewhere in the middle. I felt like the meeting in the middle part didn't really take place. Yeah. I felt like you wanted to play your game your way. And I'm watching and I see you say, I'm not gonna be told what to do, not even by my mom. Let me clarify that right now for all the listeners.
Yeah,
that was too much. Suri is exactly right. If anything, people thought Jared going into this game was going to be a benefit for Suri, and it was the exact opposite. It tanked her game. Everything she tried to do, she had to dig out of all the holes with Jared, and then it was just such a mess. She would have been much better going by herself or with another reality survivor person, since she's the first survivor crossover on Big Brother. But Jared did no favors to his mom. In the beginning, it looked promising because he could give information from the younger alliance or the younger people, but even that he messed up on. And it's because Jared has a huge ego and he needs to get that thing in check and he was making decisions with his wiener. That's what he was doing with Blue. He was making dick decisions, and you can't make a dick decision in a game like this. Okay. He was dickmatized with himself. He was like, wow, what a dick I have. And you got to calm it down. You got to calm your boner And really, it's a gift that you were given being a Nepo baby and able to play this game with your mom. And you just like shit on her game every opportunity you got. And now you're trying to make excuses like you had some strategy. The strategy was your wiener, sir. It was your balls. It was the ego and the balls. So no. But yeah, Sari dropping gems. And you know she wants to go harder on him, but it's her son, it's her baby. She loves him. So for her, we will go hard on him because we know that, she doesn't want to because she knows that, the court of public opinion has already condemned, has already sentenced Jared to please don't ever come back, even though I guarantee he'll be back on another show.
To that point, right? I think most people don't understand the pressure of playing under somebody with your experience, right? When I came out, I was telling a lot of people this in my other interviews was like, I felt as if I was LeBron's son coming into the league and everybody was like, yo, if you wasn't to that caliber, then you wasn't good. So my type of pressure that I had to like make it to the end and live up to that expectation was tremendous. And I tried to move through the game without even thinking about it. And that's why I think that kind of fueled me a little bit extra to be like, nah, make sure you play what you think is right. There was so many times where I was like, damn, I should have just listened. And I'm like, she was right. Or even more than anything, the thing that I noticed the most was like the times when you were paranoid, and I would tell you like, damn, I think y'all just tripping out. And then I would see something happen on the back end and I'm just like, oh man, I wasn't even paying attention to that because that's the experience that I don't have in this game. And then based off the conversations we had before it, when you was just kind of just really drilling into my head, like, make sure you play your own game. You need to go in there and figure it out. And I wanted to essentially do the same.
Notice how that's like low-key blaming Sari. Like, but remember, you did tell me like make sure you play your own game. So then that was in the back of my mind. So then I was making these decisions because you said, Mom, like always blaming mom.
Same thing you did on your first year, right? You didn't go in there with a +1, right? You went in there and you made that, and you created this legendary person who you are today. And that's what I wanted to do too in that game. And I'm very competitive, competitive, and very stubborn.
More stubborn than competitive. Anna says it perfect. I tried to move through the game without really thinking about it, says Jared, which truly sums up Jared's game. Yes, Anna. Yes.
Here, like, this is what's going to happen. This is what I'm going to do. And the fact that we was playing on different sides, at times it felt like, oh no, I know something that you don't know because I'm on this side and you're not really on this side. And that weighed into it a lot too, where I was just like, nah, you might not know what Riley's thinking, for instance, right? Just a name, for example. Just like I don't really know what the hell Heism got going on, but y'all come back to me and tell me this is what's really going on.
Angie.
Like, okay.
That's a great point, and I'm gonna stop you on that point. Exactly what you said. The benefit of having me and me having you is I'm not privy to those conversations that you're having with the younger group, and you're not privy to the conversations I'm having with my group. However, you said something poignant just now. We come back and tell you what Heism said. And I felt like a lot of times, because you are you and you like, it ain't that important. You weren't sharing information in a timely fashion, especially like crucial information. Sometimes you would tell me, I said, so-and-so said that, oh, they're going to come for you. I'm like, well, when did they say this? You were like, oh, that was a couple of days ago. And I get it that we had to try to maintain a little bit of distance so that the target or people didn't find out that we were playing together or realize that we had any type of connection. But when you have and I said this to you in a game, when it's crucial information, for instance, like Heism saying, I would never trust him again. We were seconds away from turning a vote to keep Heism, literal seconds. And I was down
so
with it
mad at him for that.
Told me, oh yeah, he told me he'd never trust y'all. He would never trust y'all again. That to me is not an ally, right? And
there's something about, I'm listening to Sari and I'm comprehending all of her words. And I don't know if it's my ADHD or what, but when I listen to Jared, it just is a lot of mumbo jumbo. Like I'm like, huh? It's like he's saying things, these word salads, as you guys are putting in the chat, but they mean nothing. And that was similar to the fight he had with Corey. When I tried to come online and break that down, I was like, I don't really know what the guy said, because he said a lot without saying anything. And it didn't necessarily makes sense. And Jared's the type where he's going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at you in a discussion or in a debate and hope to throw you off of the main question. So that's when Sari comes in and she's like, let me stop you right there. And we're going to pinpoint this moment. And I hate when people debate like that, because I can't follow them. My husband says I debate like that, but I don't think I do. But they throw so many different things at you and you're like, what? And so it's so just, he just yelled, you do. It's so distracting. And so when Jared literally, as he's talking to this podcast, I'm like, I have no idea what that man just said. I have no idea. But Suri, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it's clear in my mind. But literally, it goes in and it just nothing. It gets pureed in my brain. I don't know.
He told you that days prior to the time that you told me.
Nah, that was the pressure cooker, I believe, right?
I can't remember, but the day you told me, I said to you, damn, why do you tell us this? Because this would have made the difference. We was just about to keep Heisem.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I remember. That was the day after.
Especially in a game where information is
key
currency.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think.
Here we go.
A lot of the times, though, what got underestimated was the time that we was able to spend with each other.
What?
There was so much information that I would have to give you in 2 seconds.
Okay.
And you was very paranoid to the point where even when I had HOH, I would always make a joke like, yo, you won't stay in here for longer than 4 minutes.
I didn't want to make the block hot.
And understandably, like, I understand that.
But you notice how, like, the success, just for an example, like, of the cookout was that they never all were in the same room at the same time. And you really have to separate yourself. And Sari made a great point in the beginning of this podcast saying, we look so much alike. We said before going in, we don't even want to sit next to each other. You don't want to give anyone anything in Big Brother. Okay. So again, now he's saying, I think, that Sari, well, also you didn't want to spend a lot of time with me because you were so paranoid. No, she just understands how the game works. And the more you are physically near someone, the more they will align you together. Because that, if you, in Survivor, if you walk to get water with someone, if you go out, to look for idols together, if you disappear together, they're like, oh, they're working together. Oh, they are conspiring. And so the fact that Jared still doesn't even understand that, yes, you have a small amount of time to get that information to your mom or to your allies, that still is no reason to tank her game and share all the secrets. And the biggest twist of the season, that you're her son, and be putting out all these clues the whole time you were in the game.
But that weighs into the fact that it's hard to just get all this information out to you. And I got to kind of filter it in and say, all right, what's important? Because I only got this amount of time before Felicia walked in. I only got this amount of time before Izzy walked in.
Right.
I only got this amount of time before whatever. And then that's where it's like, all right, I'm trying to spew off. And at the same time, I'm just trying to talk to you more than even talk games. So it's like, I don't even have the time to be like, yo, damn, this is how I'm feeling. So it's like where you said you was my +1.
No. If my mom and I are in a game and someone says to me, you know what, I'm going to get Nana out. I don't trust her, or I'll never trust Nana again. I'd be like, okay, right away. I'd be like, okay, first chance I get, Nana, okay. Heisem said he's never going to trust you ever again. Okay, bye. I'm going to go pretend to take a dump. Like, it's not that difficult. He's acting like, I didn't even barely have time to talk to you. I couldn't even get to hug you. I didn't even get to, you just say, good morning, mommy. Like, it was so difficult. So yeah, I didn't tell you that Heisem said he'd never trust you again. And you guys were close to saving him. But what can you expect? It's not that difficult to actually just get the information. Like, you could have pulled Izzy aside. You could have pulled Felicia aside to say, he don't trust you guys. Get it back to Sari. And then look at Sari later and go, did you get the information? Did you get the information? Yes, Izzy knew about Jared. So, I mean, she could have relayed the information. Shut up. This man. I don't know. People are like, oh, he's changed. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And in hindsight, yes, because I know for a fact that I would never have to worry about you turning on me, just like, the same with me. I would never have to worry about you voting against me. Nothing to that fact. But I didn't have nobody in that house to really talk to. Because even when I tried to get the time to talk to you, it's like, I got to talk game with you. I can't talk personal with you. And then
family, love.
Next thing you know, it's mixing in the time. My time's up and you out of there. And I'm like, damn. And that's where Blue came in for me a lot, because it was easy for me to kind of be like, all right, I got somebody to talk to. As much as I wanted to connect with other people in the house, I just didn't have that relationship. And it's nothing against those people. They was amazing people. Everybody was. I get it. But like I said, for whatever reason, I was never going to have the Jag and Matt relationship with Matt or Jag.
Right.
For whatever reason. And I don't know why. And, I'm sure they have reasons why they didn't want to have that relationship.
We'll delve into this later, but I'm going to just say this point. I think you could have had that relationship with Cameron, but hindsight is 20/20 for all of us. Yep. And I feel like I'm just out the gate, like pow, 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 pow. Yeah. But I do want to say to you,
I don't think you're pow, pow, pow. I think this is kind of how, I'm going to be honest, this is how you create male fragility. Honestly, this is not to blame Sari or anything, but I don't think it's a lot to ask that you're on a podcast together and you're asking questions like, why did you out my game? Why did you tell Blue? Why didn't you tell me this information? I think this is how you kind of encourage, I should maybe not create, but encourage this kind of male fragility. Like, oh no, I'm sorry, I'm coming at you so hard. It's questions about a game you were on. he's gonna be okay. He's a grown man. He needs to learn these things. So,
and watching it, I appreciated how much you play this game for me.
So now she's like, I've got to compliment him. Oh my God, poor Sari, poor Sari. I know the feeling. I've been around people like this, but oh my God.
As well as yourself. For instance,
my
the
God.
wall, the attack of the
Oh my
50-pound
God.
meatball.
Oh
Like you went into that challenge being the least likely person to win that challenge because of your size, and you won that, and it was because I was in trouble. It was because we were in trouble. Don't think that is missed on me. When you won the veto and buddy ball, when you talked them into letting you keep the veto, I knew that that may have been interfering with your game, but you did that because you knew I was in trouble. So I recognize all of that, and that makes me like smile inside. When I'm watching it, I was like beaming, like, go ahead, that's our boy. He's not gonna let him get his mom. I see all of that. But I'm just asking you some of the things that I know the people want to hear about.
Oh yeah, we gotta get to it. See, one thing I like about this is I
Oh
wanted it
my
to be
God, did
unfiltered,
you
and I didn't
watch
really-
how Sari, I mean, despite my frustration of when you have to like coddle people in that sense, I get that, you know, you gotta warm them up so that they keep talking and they don't walk off and close up. I understand that part of the human dynamic is just frustrating for me. But did you see how Sari so magically in that she did that thing, and you know she's faking it, because when Sari goes that's her little like, we had, you know, she'll make like a joke of it at the end. So I mean, she just social played her son, so to get him to keep talking. It's good. I mean,
really want
she's just good at this shit.
to talk like this with many other.
She manages
other
people. Yep.
interviewers, because
She
I'm like, I don't
manages
really
him.
connect with y'all on a personal level, and I'll be honest with y'all, and I could, you know, speak to y'all and give y'all honest answers. When I got out, right? No, not even when I got out. My last week in the house is when I started to realize, like, damn, Cameron would have been a great ally. A great ally. Not only is he a competition beast, right? But people underestimated the fact that Cameron was a super fan of the game. Just as much as Corey and America and the Izzy's of the game. Cameron he knew that game like
No, Cameron was not a super fan. He's someone who watched some seasons. Sure, he just ended up being the person who was good at the competitions. But I don't even think he knew who Kaser was. Because according to Americory, the only people that knew who Kaser was when he showed up were America and Corey. So I guess are there levels to super fandom? I mean, if you're a super fan, you know Kaser
like the back of his hand. Every time we walked out for a competition, Cameron knew exactly what competition it was.
Well, because he binged the seasons too, right before he goes in, and he has watched them on television as a casual for a little bit. But you should have binged them too. You go, oh, we're doing OTEP, because it's so predictable now that it's kind of boring, you know.
It was when we walked out for our zombie tours competition, Cameron was like, oh yeah, this is the blah blah blah. I started explaining it, and I'm lost, and I'm like, you're like, yo, you need to watch some more Big Brother. The problem is
wait a minute,
Cameron was
the zombie.
Yeah, this is the game like the back of his hand. Every time we walked out for a competition, Cameron knew exactly what competition it was. When we walked out for our zombie tours competition, Cameron was like, oh yeah, this is the blah blah blah. I started explaining.
I don't even know what that competition was.
And I'm lost, and I'm like, you're like, yo, you need to watch some more Big Brother. The problem is Cameron was after y'all heavy. Cameron and Izzy wasn't ever going to have a relationship. There was nothing that I could do to stop that. If I maybe had a little bit more of your skill set, I could have probably talked him into like, yo, listen.
Yes, that's a great point. He could have talked Cameron into not going after Izzy. It actually would have been the better plan for him to kind of manage Cameron the way his mom manages players within these kind of games, but he doesn't have that skill.
And let's work this out. But I think I could have did that for you.
Right.
Him and Izzy was
so
just
lazy.
It was like he was like, nah. And Cameron was a part of my downfall at the end by letting all this information out that he had from me, because he knew that I was trying to keep Izzy.
Right.
And he said to me, he said, I just could not allow you to keep Izzy in the house. I didn't care what happened. Just like when he came back, he told me he was determined to get Felicia out the house. And I'm like, bro, I think that's the wrong thing to do.
But why would that be the wrong thing to do? And why was he so determined to get Felicia out and not me?
So the problem with me was that the problem that I saw with Cameron trying to get Felicia was, and I said this to him, I said, Cameron, you're going to put up Felicia, and let's say Felicia go home, you're not making it past yet HOH, considering that you can't play.
Right.
Jag and Matt is not going to take you. Like,
but
just
what was
forget
the
about
reason that he targeted Felicia?
His reasoning behind targeting Felicia was, I cannot have her in the jury house to taint the jury. she's gonna be able to taint whoever's in there and sway people's opinions. And if I make it to the end, they won't vote for me. And I told him word for word,
You
I
said
said,
that.
you're not gonna make it. Don't even worry about making it to the end if you send Felicia home, because you're going home right after that. They're not gonna allow you to make it past one HOH.
I'm glad you cleared that up because she always had a question. She probably thought that maybe we or I had some kind of way influenced him against her because she would always say, I don't know what it is he has against me.
Yeah.
But he said that. He made that statement to her. But I think she just couldn't accept that as the reason why he didn't want her in the house so desperately.
Yeah, because Cameron saw, and I don't want to speak too much for Cameron, right? But just from what I knew,
we'll
from
invite Cameron.
Yeah,
Cameron, we coming for you. Okay,
we'll be in Georgia soon, Cameron.
Well, it will be interesting if they have the other players. I hope that they do have each player on the podcast. I actually think that, I hope that is the format. I don't know if that's what they plan to do, but I think they should have every player in the house kind of get their reaction to the relationship after the fact. They're thinking in the house, also have like a question for all of them. Like, how did you not know we were related? Or did you ever think, you know what I mean? That could be really fun, is to have a separate episode with each of the players. Cause I just can't listen to Jared do this every damn episode. I know they might be talking about maybe like pop culture or news or something. And then it's like, cause the way Sari explained this podcast, it was going to be Gen X, her versus millennial, him, but he's not even a millennial. He's a Gen Z, I believe. So, and no thanks. He just no, it's no for me. It's a no. JM, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you, and the happy holidays. Happy holidays to you as well. Yes, his mom won Traitors. He should have studied everything she did in Traitors and also everything she's done on Survivor and just listened to her and tried to develop those same managing people skills.
From my conversations with him, Cameron saw in you where you could kind of I guess your experience from the game, you learned over time how to let things go. You told me even before coming in the game, somebody could essentially vote you out last night, and if you stay the next day, you might have to work with them. And it ain't, you don't gotta be best friends, but just make them think that y'all good so you can make it further in the game. And
no, he didn't study.
I think that's what Cameron saw when he watched you. He was like, she's cool. I don't have to worry about her trying to sway a jury if I vote her out. But Felicia, on the other hand, he like, we all know Mama Fee. We love you, Mama Fee. We love you, Mama Fee. But Mama Fee, when she don't like you.
Notice how he's saying, we love you, Mama Fee. And Sari's like, hey, she don't love Mama Fee. She doesn't love Mama Fee. She doesn't love Mama Fee.
Mama Fee be on your heels.
It's evident, yeah.
And I respect her for it, you know what I mean? Because she wear her emotions on her sleeve, and
Sari's like, she does not like Mama Fee. I'm telling you, when I saw they had to like present via Zoom for the reality TV awards, there was nothing. It just, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it felt like there was no play off each other, or if there was, it wasn't fun. Yeah.
She approached the problem. She confronted the problem face to face, but I think that was part of it.
Okay, so the other bone I need to pick with you is
good.
Several times I said to you, and this is another instance of you not really appreciating my experience that I bring to this game. I said to you, don't trust Corey. And you would always shut me down and be like, don't worry about it, I got Corey. That would be your response. Don't worry about it, I got Corey. And I said to you at one point, I was like, listen, people will disappoint you. I know you think you got him, but you never know. And you wouldn't take that from me.
The reason why I didn't really take it so much,
looking up to think of an answer. That, I'm not a body language expert, but I have seen quite a few on the YouTubes and stuff. And when you look up like that, you're searching for it. Fall down on me.
I didn't feel in the moment that I was giving Corey real information. And obviously, when I watched it back, I'm like, damn, it's a lot of things, Corey, that I gave you that was crucial, obviously, because that's how you ended up blowing up everything in the Humiliverse, right? But like I said, and it's just, I guess that's just the amateur in my game, right?
Recall,
where the amateur
yes,
shows,
recall
and
too.
I'm not afraid to admit that. Most people forget that it's my first time ever doing this.
Right.
You did this a lot.
Right.
So people automatically think that there's no training for this. You know what I mean? Like,
you had home training.
You know what I mean? Like there's no getting ready for this. There's no, when she come home, we're gonna play in the backyard and I'll learn how to play this game. You know what I mean? And I wasn't interested in the shows as much when I was a kid, as when you were really doing your thing. And I wasn't.
It's like, if you're not interested in these shows, then you just want to do this a lot of the recruits and stuff, why they want to do it. It's to get the little fame and notoriety and to get on other shows and that kind of shows. And that's why I think this was not a good twist. I did like Sari coming back in the game because I do love Sari, but this wasn't a good twist to have mother and son. No, because he doesn't really care about it. He wants to do other stuff. You know, he wants his music and things, like a lot of the new school Big Brother players, unfortunately.
Wasn't watching. So
And you could have just watched. Like, I've learned so much from just watching people play Big Brother. It's not like any of us here. I mean, most of us, I think, could say that. It's not like I knew what would be great for Big Brother, but I think that's why it's important that you actually care about the thing that you are going to do. It's kind of like going to a job and, you know, like a career, and you're just like, no. Do you have an interest in accounting? No. I don't even know a lot about numbers. I can't count, actually. I have dysnumeria or whatever that thing is where I see it backwards. Yeah, I know. Not really. Not my thing. I'm going to try it, see what happens. Hopefully I get some followers on Instagram. That's ridiculous.
once I finally got into it, and then I'm like, oh, I'm still trying to learn the game. And then I see you playing it at this level of eliteness where it's like, all right, that don't just come overnight. You know what I mean? So I guess just to say, what I'm really just trying to say is,
Danny. Good point.
You have a level of experience and a level of social intelligence outside of gameplay that people think is just normal. And I ain't trying to toot your horn.
No, Tootie, go ahead.
I ain't trying to toot your horn, but you've always had this thing about you where I was just like, yo, she could talk me out of any kind of money that I had. If I had money in my pocket and she came up to me and said she needed it, she got it. I don't know what it is about it, but she got that it. And I'm blessed to have part of that. But on the social aspect of it,
There he goes. That means she doesn't believe that he has part of it. And Danny, you're 100% right. Rachel Riley was on RHAP saying that she was schooling and helping Jared before the season started, and he was coming to her with questions, and she gave him quite a bit of advice which it looks like he didn't maybe take. And she talked to Cerie. So, I mean, there were things you could do, Jer Bear. There were things you could do.
Still got a lot of development to do there.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
It's going to take me a while before I get there. It may take me another show before I get there. It may take me, just watching over and over our season just to get there. But whatever it is, it's just so people understand, it's not normal. It's something that comes with time. And yes, I'm her offspring for sure. But she's got some strengths that I wasn't necessarily born with, but I for sure will acquire them.
Well, I appreciate that, Jared.
You got to be open to it.
I appreciate that. I'd still, with all of that being said, the questions remains for me is, knowing all of that, then why not take the advice that I'm giving a little more?
Thank you,
Why
Cerie.
not accept, knowing that I have that experience, knowing that I have that quote unquote superpower, why not accept some of the advice that I'm giving? And I think it was because you didn't want to, and it's just honorable in a way, and it's the way I raised you. You didn't want to play my game. You wanted to pave your own way. And I get that, but I'm here to help you.
I'm sorry, but when Nepo babies, if he paved his own way, he would stay out of reality television. That's always, I get like pave his own way within it, but come on, he's just following in your footsteps. And if you're successful at it, then he should probably pay a little bit of attention and listen to you.
Help you. It's like I'm the master and you're the student, and I'm trying to guide you and direct you, and your pride a little bit and a little bit of your ego, because we know you got a little bit of one.
A little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do
a
it
little
this way.
bit.
I heard what you said, but I think I should do it this way. And I think if we had less of that and more cohesiveness, still with you playing your game and me playing mine, but we meeting in the middle, I think we could have gone a little further than we did.
Yeah, for sure. I think.
Wait.
So I don't disagree.
Why does it just say, yeah, you're right? Just end it there. Why are we still doing excuses?
None of that, right? But for me also was, I don't think people realize that I was trying to pull in the comps for us, right? So I was at the most risk, considering that I couldn't play the next week. You would tell me, yo, you probably want to chill a little bit with these competitions, but I felt as if I need to win competitions because that's the only strength that I do have that I could bring to the squad to be like, yo, this is what I bring to the table. This is how we're going to keep it.
He's like, yes, I'm not going to disagree, but I'm going to disagree. You said I shouldn't win these competitions. I need to, because the ego is strong in this one. April, we will be getting to what's going down with the Kevin Hart situation. We have a lot of things we're going to cover on today's episode. We're just diving into some Big Brother stuff to quench your palate before we dive into our other topics. Sorry to confuse you.
So I felt like I was always at risk. The moment I started going hard and showing people that I'm competitive,
No, Sari was always at risk because she was the returning survivor, a returning player from Survivor, the first ever crossover legend. They should have all gotten her out first if they knew what was best for their game. She was the threat, not you. They didn't even know you were related.
I was at risk.
That was
And I
from the
wasn't.
beginning. And I told you not to do that. I'm gonna just let the fans know. My eye keeps watering for some reason.
No, you
I
good.
don't know. So
Yeah,
we're gonna
cut it out.
stop and go ahead and do this. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you good. So I think another thing too that you forget about it is that
Also, like, edit that part out. Unless you're doing a live, like, I imagine they paid an editor. Why'd they keep that in?
you mom. So
Right.
So, but-
even more the reason to
but-
know that I have your best interest at heart.
no, for sure. But it's like same thing when it was like, yo, Pooh, put a coat on. It's cold outside. And I'm like, nah, mom, I'm going to school today with a short sleeve and some shorts. And I'm at the bus stop
freezing.
And I know it. And I'm shaking. You like, yo, you trying to be cute. That's the
Oh
problem.
my
And it's people forget that we still have that dynamic of it where it's still like, nah, that's mom. You know what I mean? And although, yes, I was fully in your atmosphere, we was in your world, right?
Mhm.
So in hindsight, obviously, like I could coach myself and I'm willing to understand that, yo, you should have did
Listen
things
to your
different.
mama.
You should have listened a little
Mother
more.
knows best.
You know what I mean? But like I said, at the
But is his favorite word. But. Oh, Amy, I'm glad you're enjoying this. Your hubby and daughter went duck hunting. Ooh, I've only went duck hunting on Nintendo back in the day. So glad you have some alone time.
moment is still like I'm playing with mom. So it's like it's so many layers to that.
Yeah.
It's just like
There's not really. Just get over that part of it. You're not 5 anymore. You know, I mean, I don't know. If Nana tells me it's cold, put on a coat. I'm going to put on a coat now because I'm like, she's been right most of the time in my life. I'm not going to push back, especially on something she knows better than I do. Like if Nana tells me how to cook something, I don't know how to cook. So I'm going to go, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do it that way. I'm not going to go, but I think I'm going to do it this way because I think I know better. No, I don't know how to do it. She knows how to cook, not me.
all right, I need to take her advice. Oh, I need to play my own game.
But
Yo, but this mom, so is mom just a little paranoid? Because I know how mom get. Like, I know mom. So, like, nah, mom bugging. You know what I mean? Like, it's so many layers to it. And where people watching, everybody else who watching,
interesting.
they know you as
Maybe.
Sari, the
Mhm.
strategic genius. I know you as mom, the strategic genius and the gangster. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a different layer that I have and a different understanding that I have to our relationship to where it's like, where everybody else is like, yo,
But-
I would have listened to every single word that came out her mouth.
yes.
Mhm.
Right? And shit, I admit I probably should have did the same thing, y'all, right? But for me, that, like I said, that's mom. So it's like some things you like,
You
nah, Mom.
100%. You went out pre-jury. Even your mom, who's the biggest target in the house, lasted through to the jury and lasted up until, you know, the final 5, right? Did she last final 5, final 6, whatever it was? I mean, sir, yeah, you went out pre-jury. You had to watch from home. So you, not might, you should have. You should have. I don't know why they all think they played good this season. They didn't, Monica. They did not.
Ma, nah, Ma, I got this.
Yeah.
Ma, I'm 25. I think I'm 30.
Oh my God.
Not
Right.
Another
25.
thing, listen, I know you. Like you know me, I know you. So I knew when to back off.
Yeah.
But in these type of games, you have to over communicate. And that's not your style. When I tried to over communicate with you and be like, what do you think? Is this option? Is this option? Is this option? It could be this. He could have said this. It could be that. You were like, you know, I don't even care, whatever y'all want to do. And then you shut
Mhm,
down. And I'm like, oh
mhm.
my God, how am I supposed to
Because
work with this?
he wanted to cuddle with Blue. He wanted to get the upstairs couch all sticky icky. He didn't care about this game. He thought I can just go in, I can do comps, I can say shit. I don't need to listen to my mom, and I'm gonna hook up, allegedly cheat on my girlfriend, whatever. Who cares? He didn't care. He was worried about the sticky icky, not the strategy and following his mom. No.
With this.
Because, like,
Mm-mm.
truthfully, Ma, I really did it.
We really
I
did. We
had
really did.
The only person that I really
Right?
said to myself
True,
from day
Danny.
one, like, yo, he has to go, was Jag.
Mm,
The only other person that I said, like, is going to be a problem eventually was Bowie. And I
mm.
said it.
You
I'm like,
did.
You
yo,
only said Jag because you didn't like him for more ego reasons, because he would make all the ladies laugh, and you were like, I don't trust him. Not because you thought he was particularly good at this game. I think it was more about like another dude who's coming in, being funny, being charismatic. That's how I saw it watching all the live feeds and everything. But now Jared's going to take that and go, see, I called it. I knew that Jag was going to win. I wanted him out from the jump. Well, the whole house did. I mean, you're not the only, it's not like you're a genius. They voted him out unanimously, and then Matt brought him back.
oh, are we going to end up being in a position to be in a very crucial position to make a decision that's going to determine somebody's fate? Little did I know
it was yours.
that was mine.
Yeah, you were right about that. I give you that.
So besides,
Don't give him that. He didn't give you anything.
That's why.
Oh my God.
And once again,
I
back
don't think
to
so, Madison.
me being an amateur in the game, I was so one track minded. It's like, all right, y'all want to put these two people up? Y'all say he go home, she go home. Cool, send them home. I don't really care who it is. And then when we would like go back at it and we like, yo, but what about this? And we would weigh the pros and cons, which you should be doing in these kind of games. I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought it was already picked. I thought we already figured it out. And that, like I said, that is what I'm allowed. I'm able to speak to that about myself, where it's like, that's where it's like, damn, if you do get the chance to be blessed to play this game again, you have to take that into account and understand that those conversations are important. Because it's not just as simple as, yeah, we put him up, he goes home. Yeah, we put her up, she goes home. Like, it's not that simple. It's a word, just like my beloved friend Red. One word could change something overnight.
One conversation.
Yeah. What did he just say?
Could change something overnight.
Yeah.
And that's when I started to realize, like, oh.
I think that was the theme of this season, epic season 25, right? Every person that went home on the turn of one conversation. Red's conversation.
No. Jared said one word, but that's the word.
Was the fact that he wanted to have a sit down with you and Cameron. That changed everything for him. Izzy's conversation was with America about her sharing the information to Mimi while she's on the block.
That was tough.
I know. Speaking of Izzy, we have to talk about the Izzard.
That was tough.
The Izzard.
What, you were there before I was, so you had the opportunity to talk to Izzy and to know that Izzy recognized you immediately.
Right.
How did you feel knowing that, because you knew I was coming?
Right.
Izzy and the rest of the house guests didn't know I was coming. How did you feel when Izzy came to you and said she recognized you, more or less me, knowing that I would be entering the house soon?
Funniest story, I always tell this one, and this, me and Izzy always talk about this. I said, the day I knew that Izzy was going to be a Fields was when I lost the puzzle challenge, which was the first one. Puzzle
I
headlines.
remember. Yep.
Izzy looked at me from on top of the balcony and was like, "Don't hold your head up." She, and you know the Izzy, she don't, just like this. And I'm looking like, is she saying something bad or is she saying something good? Because y'all know I'll be a little off sometimes, so I'm like, I can't tell what she's saying, but she's like,
yeah, we know you're not good at reading the room, sir.
And then I saw her say, "I got you," and I was like, "Huh, cool.
Okay.
I got somebody." And I'm like, "Oh, that's that connection my mom was telling me about, where it's like some people you could just look at." Almost immediately after she came down, right? I knew I lost. She won, and she didn't say much. She just introduced herself. "Hey, I'm Izzy, blah blah blah."
Wait, so let's
Boom.
back up a little bit so the audience knows what you losing meant.
Oh yes. So me losing is the worst thing that could have happened in BB25 that season, right? Because it was a twist to where the first 4 losers of those
Let's be honest. No one's going to listen to this podcast who hasn't watched Big Brother, but I mean, that's nice in case someone stumbles upon it.
challenges were all nominated.
Yes, that's Suri. I know we're all having a lot of conversations about Suri's hair. I'm going to say, I think she had to have the same hairdo for so long in the Big Brother house. She wanted to change it drastically. I don't dislike the bangs. I don't understand the mullet thing in the back. It'd probably be better if it was more just like a cute little mushroom cut all the way around. I don't know. Yeah. I think she just wanted something drastically different than when she had to have the same hair and couldn't change it all those months. And she's experimenting with fashion. It's just different. It's just, she just wanted something different. So she's doing it up different, and she's been wearing it that way a lot. But yeah, she just had done like a little bowl haircut, a little bowl thing. And then we don't need the long in the back, but she can change it anytime. She can change her hair all the time. But I think with Big Brother, they don't let you change your hair. You have to keep it the same because they need continuity within the editing and the filming. Because if you're watching a show and you're like, wait a minute, but she's talking about a thing that just happened, but she's got pink hair and she didn't have pink hair. She only had pink hair the week before, and then the pink faded, and then that screws up the continuity of the television show. But I mean, yeah. There's this very 80s. It's very, who was that figure skater, Dorothy Hamill? It's got some Dorothy Hamill vibes. Yeah, maybe some extensions. Yes, sir. DGF, yeah, thinks she's a fashion girl. And well, DGF says she is not. Looking like Mo Howard. Not Mo Howard. Yeah, I think she's doing some fashion stuff. I've seen her take some risks. We know Jared thinks he's a fashion influencer. They're into that sort of thing. Yeah, Corey's allowed to grow a mustache. I mean, he's growing it back. He cut it off, and now it's back. It looks a little Dorothy Hamill-y. Yeah. Isn't that her name? Dorothy Hamill? I don't know how it's spelled.
Automatically for to be voted out, essentially. And
Evicted.
Yeah, to be evicted.
Jared doesn't even know the terminology. Was he there? Was he just there for the dick action? Or I mean, come on.
Yeah, let's keep the grammar.
Let's keep the verbiage.
Let's keep the verbiage
Not the grammar. Oh my God, Jared.
together. You're right. To be evicted. So now this is a special twist about Big Brother to where usually, right, you have two people who's on the block, right, and one person goes home.
Two people that are nominated after the head of household is played.
That's a good point.
This is BB25.
I think with Stars on Mars, I think it's, when you have like the live feeds and the editing, it just depends on the show. But I know a show like Big Brother, they really want you to keep up the same. Like it's a big deal on the Thursdays when they let you maybe dye your hair or something like that. But the continuity of it is a big deal. But April's saying with Stars on Mars, Portia had a hair change daily, maybe because it was like a quicker show. They weren't going as far back where you'd have to do DRs about something that might have happened 3 weeks ago. And we know with the editing of Big Brother, they might bring up the fact that Felicia dropped her mics in the toilet 5 weeks after it happened and act like it was yesterday. So if Felicia looks totally different, they're like, huh? That's the only thing I can think of why they would do that. Where Stars on Mars, they're not going back that far. They're literally filming for probably 5 days or something, maybe a week. I don't know, 2 weeks max, but rather than 100 days.
5, and this is a multiverse. So, and I entered in a Scrambleverse, so things are not as they normally are.
Yeah.
So this season, it was the first 4 losers of those 4 challenges will be automatic nominees for eviction prior to any head of household being named.
Right. And that means that obviously 4 people isn't going home, but 2 people are coming off the block, which is a little bit of a reverse situation from which Big Brother is used to seeing.
So we got to tell the audience like they don't know. So when he says,
okay, who cares about that? We
Oh,
know how that
and
works.
to myself, God, please don't let Jared be one of the first 4.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I was one of the first 4 nominees, Riley for taking me off. I was able to come off the block. So now I'm in a very particular position now. Obviously, I skipped a little bit ahead.
Ooh,
When I said I was able to come off.
Florence
At this point, I'm
Henderson
still one of the 4
haircut.
nominees.
Mrs. Brady, yep.
So Izzy comes up to me almost immediately and introduces herself. She says, "Hey, I'm Izzy," blah, blah, blah. Talks a little bit about herself, but leaves it at that. This is when we're still in the backyard. Now we are moving into the house. The door's open.
Wait, has she told you she knows who you are?
No, that's I'm getting it. So
Okay.
like she didn't nothing.
Oh
It was
my
just regular smoke.
God. Get there. You came inside and she was like, hey, it literally happened why is he taking so long? This is the first episode. Oh my God. I'm getting there. Get there.
I'll talk. I'm Izzy. This is what I do. Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
So now we getting escorted. All the challenges are over. We already got all the 4 losers. I'm one of those losers. Izzy automatically connects herself to me, which I think is like dangerous because I'm like, shit, I'm already kind of a red flag in this situation because I know everybody like, oh shit, he's on the block. It's day 1 and he a nominee. So let's be careful, right? But Izzy attaches herself to me and is like, yo, I got you, like I said. So we walk in, doors open. Lo and behold, who I see? I see you, right? I know that you're gonna be there, obviously. So
did this bring you comfort or did it bring you panic?
Oh man,
hurry up.
Time. It was more or less just,
I'm
but
fast forwarding.
Both see you. I'm in the middle of my fake reaction, talking about, oh, who is it? I don't even know who she is. But and Izzy pulls me to the side. She said, I knew it. She said, I knew it.
Oh, it is a little Mary J. Blige. It is a little Steven. Yes.
I knew it. You're Jared. That's your mom.
Oh no.
And I immediately froze. I looked at her and I was like, please don't say anything. Please just don't say nothing. Like, I got you. I'm like, I promise you, if you just never say nothing, we got you. I will have your back to the end, no matter what it is that I got to do. And that's that viral picture of me and Izzy locking pinkies when we kissed each other's hand. Because I'm like, yo, I don't care what it is that I got to do. If you keep it a secret, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
This is how funny you are, right? This is how funny you are, right? I come over to you and you see me and Izzy, we over here. And I'm like, yo, she know. Mind you, there's a whole lot of commotion going on. So you can't really hear me, but you heard you noticed what I was saying. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo, she know. She knows. She knows. He was like, huh? What do you mean she knows? What do you mean? Mind you, I know you pouring the champagne. I know you heard me. I know you heard me. I'm like, yo, she knows. She knows. And you trying to play it off still. And this is how I know you heard me, because after like...
Isn't it funny how Jared could share that information immediately with his mom, but the other stuff, it was too hard. Once he started dipping his wick and a lady on the show, it was a little too hard for him to remember to share very important information, game information with his mom.
Like the third, yo, she knows. He was like, yo, please just don't say nothing. He's like, yo, please, yo, we got you. We got you, yo. Like, we got you. You start saying the same thing that I was saying. We like, we got you.
That's sort of little.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me was like, damn, because obviously already out the gate, we exposed.
Day one.
But if I'm being honest, majority of me felt something about Izzy that was just like, yo, she a little different. And mind you, this is only in the first
couple hours.
She a little different. That's mean. I was kidding.
At that of me knowing her. It was just something about her demeanor, something about the way she carried herself. And
it was because she was holding the flute. She's always on the flute.
Just knew
lady.
like we might not have a problem with this. Obviously, it sucks, but I don't think this is gonna
He's making me sleepy.
Do you think it would have been easier for you if I wasn't there?
Ooh. Don't you say yes, because you would have been gone. You're a first night boot.
So yes and no.
Oh, here we go.
Right? Because even though I didn't
no.
use, I hate to say it like this, even though I didn't use your talent I didn't take advantage of your knowledge as much as I should have.
Oh, God. This man.
It was still good to have that there. It was a coach. And like I said, sometimes I don't always listen to everything my coach say, and that's what makes me a player.
I think that makes you lose.
But having that still was like amazing. And having the comfort of knowing like one person in here got me. I don't care about
100%.
nobody else. If
Not just got you, but got you from birth, had you in their belly, like incubated you. She really got you.
thing hit the fan, one person in here got my back, and I don't have to worry about that. That was amazing. The other part of it was
I couldn't get my dick touched freely. I had to look around the corner, and I had to clean up the mess on the couch that me and Blue made, allegedly.
I can't play for myself 100%, and I don't even know how to play this game just yet. So I'm automatically coming into this game playing for 2 people, 3, including Izzy. And even though I didn't have to, y'all good. Y'all had yourselves. Y'all talented. You made it further than I did, right? But it was just still that.
Thank you, Danny. Yeah, people that don't listen to the coach and play as a team are the ones that ruin it for the team. Right? Yeah, he just said that. He said that. His logic is not logicking, as Mimi would say.
Need to want to prove something as a son. Need to want to prove something as a competitor to myself to be like, nah, I have to play this for them. I have to do this for them. When Izzy got out, I felt like I had to get Cameron. It was like, I don't care. Anybody could have said anything at that moment, but I wouldn't have worried about that threat until Cameron was gone, because I'm just like that about my people. When I love you, I love you. And it's like, if somebody did something to you, and
well, then where's Blue? Where's Blue? Babu bee, babu bow, babu bee,
obviously not that,
babu bow,
not
babu.
that, but voting you out in that game, I'm on you. Like, I'm coming after you, and I'm not gonna stop until I get you. There's nothing that you're gonna be.
Ooh. This is turning into you Netflix. This is a little Jared's a little much.
Able to do to make me stop. And that's why when people be like, "Yo, you should have trust Cameron. You should have trust Cameron." I'm like, yeah, I should have trust Cameron, but y'all didn't have that revenge in your heart that I had, where it was like, nah, you just got rid of my sister. Like, this was the one I was supposed to make it to the.
My sister, Izzy Fields.
And we talked about being final 3, and you just voted her out. Like, nah, I gotta get you. And you saying my mom's name? Oh, you going?
Oh yeah, once he said your mother's name, I understood completely why Cameron had to go, because I thought at some point, and I think I said to you, how bad would it be for us to kind of align and work with Cameron? But we're gonna change it up and hit a lighter note, and we're gonna talk about Miss Felicia.
What are they saying?
Mama feet.
What?
We should call her Mama feet.
Okay. Mama feet.
Mama feet. That would have been a good nickname for Felicia this season.
Bed, exactly.
Nah, Mama feet. Listen, you know me, Mama feet, right? And I met this. I love you. I know my mom love you. You are a family just like Izzy.
But you've seen Izzy. Not Mama Fee.
I got nothing but love for you, Mama Fee. I hope that you understand.
He keeps saying that. So is she putting him out there to be the spokesperson to Mama Fee from the family?
And everything that happened in the game, and why the moves I made why I made the moves that were made in the game. But besides that, Mama Fee, is absolutely no bad blood for me. I love you. You are funny as hell. I love Jair, Mr. Dwayne. So that's what I'm gonna say on that.
So I haven't missed out.
Oh my God, Sari hates her.
I have not. I'm still decompressing and digesting everything that I'm seeing.
Okay.
And I don't necessarily feel that way yet. I mean, I know that me and Felicia will be fine at some point.
I hope so.
It's difficult as you're going to learn, and as you learn to watch back people that you put your trust in, because in a game of not being able to trust anybody, you have to trust somebody, right? So I have you, which is a blessing, which a lot of people think is unfair, but we'll touch on that on some later podcasts, because they've done this. This is not the first time they had family members in a game. They had Evil Dick and Danielle, which is a father and son duo. They had some twins that would switch out, right? So I get it. But in a game where you can't trust people, and you do put trust in people that are not your family members, it is a little hurtful when you watch it back and you see, especially when you were keeping it a buck with them. Because I tried over and over and over and over and over to try to keep it a buck with Felicia. Even after we had our little ups and downs, we would have these conversations, these come to Jesus meetings, and we would say, listen, I love you. You like family to me. I meant that.
One of the dogs
and then
farted.
2 days later, I find out, oh, Felicia's kicking you back in again, throwing you under the bus. So it's a little difficult, and I haven't gotten there yet, but I will get there. I know I'll get back to a place that I love Felicia. But tell me from a viewer's perspective, because at this point you're at home and you're watching. I have to address the toenails on my bed.
Yo, listen.
Please.
Y'all don't know this lady, all right? Y'all think that she is this strategic, beautiful, smile it all the way, right? Nah, she's crazy, y'all, right? She's a little off sometimes, just like me. And where y'all think I get it from? And when y'all talk all this about me, just know this is where I get it from. All right. No, but one of your biggest pet peeves is feet. I barely can take my feet out around her to this day.
Lord.
Mind you. I used to have to, when I was like 4 years old, y'all, 5 years old, she'd get off of work, be like, Pooh, come in the room. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to grab my feet and squeeze them. Yo, my feet hurt. I'm like, Ma, you for real? Yo, I got them.
You used to enjoy rubbing my feet. Don't
Grab my feet and squeeze them.
don't lead the audience another way.
See, now it's getting weird. Now it's getting weird, y'all.
So he's got mommy feet issues, and that explains a lot about Jared.
Now it's getting weird. I don't know what now it's getting a little weird. But anyway,
his girlfriend, who he allegedly might be with again, who he was possibly on a break with or cheating on with Blue in the house, she is a nail technician. So interesting. Maybe that's why he's got a little foot fetish, even though I think in the house he was like, I will never rub a woman's feet. I think he said that to Blue. Didn't he say that? And that might be because he had to rub mommy's feet, and he's still very angry about it.
I saw the clipping of the feet. The fact that people was farting on your bed, I said, oh, damn, that's going to be a problem.
That could give you pink eye.
Not people. Not people.
That's going to be a problem.
You don't know. There could have been some silent but deadlies. I guarantee with everything Matt was eating in that house, that dude was dropping bombs. That is a big dude. He was dropping bombs. And Felicia was just outright about it. Felicia's at the age, Nana told me about it. There becomes the age and your farts just fall out of your butt. You know, I will give it to Sari in that one clip. Felicia was like, she pushed it out. But she got tummy issues. She's a little lactose, and then she likes lactose. You know, she a little IBS. She got that surgery. And she told Heisem early in the game. He was like, I am not your doctor. Don't tell me this. And she was like, I'm real gassy because I got gastric bypass or something. Maybe that makes you extra farty. I don't know. But Nana, you know, we used to do funny little videos on, was it Vine or Snapchat or something, where she'd be walking around Target and she'd get the put-puts coming out of her butt, you know, because she's like, once you're in your like 60s, it's just falling out. So we all have that to look forward to, being extra farty.
Yes, Felicia.
I think Mama Fee, you know I gotta keep it real. I think that was Mama Fee's daily shot at you. She sent the fart your way or something like that. But I think that was Mama Fee's way of taking her daily shot.
Oh, Jared is saying that Mama Fee used weapons of mass stinkiness against Sari. She used her butt cannons against Sari because she was mad at her. So it was like a passive aggressive way to get back at her, like, I'm gonna fart up your bed. Oh my God.
No, take this, Sari.
Oh,
fart or something like that.
But why? I was trying to be her sister.
No, honestly, I think that Mama Fee and you have a great relationship. I think that obviously I know that you guys are gonna have a great relationship.
Mama Fee she's that type of person. And I'll tell you, stuff grosses me out easy. So if she would have been whipping teeth out and leaving them places, probably would have grossed me out. If it was more than one tooth, especially would have grossed me out. But she she would lose her tooth all the time and wash it. That's kind of how she is. I think she's just that mom around the house who's just like ripping ass, you know. And she's like, deal with it. I cook the meals.
When it comes down, but you fresh
She
out the house still.
weaponized her poops.
I say that to say,
Yes.
y'all are different people at the end of the day. It's not an obligation for you
Amy
to
that
have some
always
kind of
talks
sisterhood
about
with her. And although that y'all work in similar positions in the house,
Mhm.
I got to come out and say it. Y'all experience level in this game is just completely different,
Right.
right? And although
Weapons
Mama
of
Felicia
gas
is older than
destruction. Thank you, Steven. I wish I would have came up with that in the moment. Weapons of gas destruction. That's what she used against her.
you,
Mhm.
when it comes to this game, you have just more experience. And that's
Right.
where I just feel like y'all disconnected, was that Mama Felicia was.
Marty, you're gonna have to stop. They're gonna have to just see this tear.
Can we get a damn edit on this? And the guy is your producer drinking, the makeup artist drinking Corona? Oh my goodness, the unprofessionalism. I'm gonna need some edits, some cuts of this. Why do we need to see this Corona guy wiping her eye?
Teardrop. Like, I don't even care
What
about
is he wearing? Does he have to have a thing on his arm because he's is that a makeup thing?
the teardrop.
Nah,
I mean, unless it looks terrible.
nah.
Okay.
I thought she just had a lot of highlighter under her eye at first, but can we get a damn edit?
I think the disconnect between y'all just came because Mama Felicia was older than you, so she probably felt more or less like, you know, you're a little younger than me, you take my advice. As to where in this game, you're essentially way older because you're way more experienced than Mama Felicia when it comes to this game. And that's where I don't think she could really take that back seat and just be like, all right, you take the wheel and do what you got to do, and you help steer the ship because you know how to lead it. But that's just my take on it. And that's why I don't think it's nothing personal.
So it's like younger sister, older sister vibe. So Felicia, being the oldest in the house, she's going to be like, no, I know best because I'm the oldest. However, Suri technically knows more about these kind of games than Felicia. Is that essentially what he's saying?
That's why I always say when I do get the opportunity.
And she just had a hard time, listening to Suri because she was like, I'm older and I'm wiser. Thank you. Yes, even Wendy Williams, shout out to Wendy Williams, cleaned her own tears. She would just give Suri a Q-tip, do the Q-tip. I cannot Q-tip my eyes. I think that's gross, only because if my luck, the part of the Q-tip, the little cotton stuff gets in my eyes, and then I'm a mess. I can't, because it falls off so easily. No.
So when you speak on it, it's absolutely nothing personal. Yeah, the toenails suck. The farts suck. She ain't gonna like that. And I don't think that'll ever happen again between y'all two. I don't think we will ever be in a position where you or Mama Felicia could fart in the same room as me. So I'm happy for that
we
too.
may be in a position to be in the same room, and we may be able to be in a position to relieve ourselves in the same room, but it will never, ever in this lifetime happen on my bed again.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Never on the bed, at least, right?
If we will remain friends. Yeah.
I think that's just
She said, if we will remain friends.
that with Mama Felicia, but I love her. But I gotta ask you some questions.
Listen, I'm an open book. Let's go.
I gotta ask you some
That's
questions.
why we're here.
So, right?
What?
Love Izzy to death. Do anything for her, right?
Yeah. No, he don't. I always got the vibe that Jared was secretly, we know he had a little bit of jealousy. Hey, jealousy by the gin blossoms. And he was like, get away from my mom. Don't tell me what to do. You're a woman with a flute.
Do you remember when I came to you the day when Felicia and Izzy went up and I said, you think it's a good time to get rid of Izzy?
I do. But and I'm gonna give you what you gave me when I wanted you to get rid of Blue. What did you just tell me? You said it was difficult because although you're my number one, the name of this game is to expand, right? And to grow, right? So you had to make connections with other people. Izzy was my number one. Izzy was the one person other than you that has proven to me, which is valuable, has proven to me above and beyond that I could count on her and that I could trust her in a game that you can't trust anybody. Izzy held the most valuable thing that I had in this game, and that was the secret of me and you being mother and son, and she kept that. So why would I ever?
Yes, Izzy was it. Once it was known that Izzy knew, that changed the game for Suri drastically, because at any point, if she pissed her off or, she could out that information. And, what we learned is that Izzy was never going to tell because she wanted Suri's friendship. That was the ultimate prize to her in this game. But yeah, so Jared,
ever want to let somebody like that go who is riding for me and has shown me that they're riding for me on that level.
Okay.
So it's either keep Felicia, who's already telling you that she had a final two
two.
with me, which is a no
We'll
in
get
these
there too.
games. We'll talk about that later when we invite Felicia.
Yeah.
But that was my
Oh, I hope they invite Felicia. Oh, that's going to be a great episode. Sari and Felicia kind of having it out. I hope it's like a real conversation. We don't get the Sari like, I hope they really have a one-on-one. I don't even know if I trust Jared to be the in-between. They're going to have to call me or something.
my options. Get rid of Izzy, who's
Right.
shown improved, or get rid of Felicia, who's also shown improved
Right.
the other way. That's why I didn't want to get rid
Thank
of
you,
Izzy.
Amy.
However,
Mhm.
I didn't tell you. I sent
Uh-huh.
you on one task. I said, I think the vote is flipping. Go see what's going on. I didn't say go in there and grab people. You brought Bowie Jane in the room.
Oh, she's talking about the fight he had against Corey, and Bowie Jane's in there, and Matt and Jag.
No, I didn't.
I heard you.
I didn't bring.
You said you come too.
No, I didn't bring Bowie Jane. I brought Jag. I wanted to bring
We're
Jag
gonna
in
have
the
to run
room.
the tape back.
Yeah, and
I think Sari might be right on this. I think Jared kind of no, it's okay if you hear this. I remember him saying to Bowie Jane, no, it's okay, it's good that you're hearing this or something. Jared, that was messy. It was very entertaining, but it was very messy.
maybe, and I could be. Let's definitely run the tape back because I could be wrong, but I don't
Yeah,
remember
you
needing
told
to have
Bowie
Bowie
Jane to
be in there.
come, and I'm like, why are you adding more
But
people to this?
This was
fray?
this is why I say right. Like, I got tasked with something, right?
The task was go see if the vote is
No, I
still
know.
the same.
That's that. My task was
Period.
that, but how you would have handled that versus how I handled that obviously is different.
You handled it like a bull in a china shop.
But that's how I
Yep.
was handling it because it's like, yo, you don't understand. It's like
You should never handle anything like a bull in a china shop. Unless you just really want to wreck the shit and tear it down.
runner. I'm the muscle of the group. So it's like
Sir. I know a couple times they might have said, well, Jared, he can kind of be, someone who can maybe win comps for us older gals. But calm down with that. I'm the muscle of the group. That's in your head.
like I get a call from somebody and they say, yo, you need to go check this person. I'm like, all right, let's go figure out what's going on. And obviously I had some methods about,
But it's a social strategy game. So you can't blow up every time and blow everything up and all the information and be so damn messy, sir.
how I went about these ways to try to get these answers because there is a little bit of a method to the madness. I felt like, all right, maybe, it ended up working, but it just ended up backfiring in the same day. What happened was when I told Matt this, I'm like, I feel like Jag, and Matt gave me the information that I knew that I knew that was the information we was looking for, and he gave it to me. I just got it by telling him a lie. And
so
that was the
police do
problem.
this all the time. When they catch two people, they say your friend already told us
Your
everything.
friend already told us everything.
Right. So I get the way you was trying to do it, but then you allow them to bring Jag
Right.
into the
Right.
situation,
Oh.
who this was not true about. You
So messy, right? Oh my gosh, Natashki. The clumsiness in that is actually ADHD people tend to be a little bit more, and like I'll have like find random bruises on my legs. I'll be like, what happened? That's a symptom of that I never know until recently, why I'm just always like running into shit and dropping shit and stuff. So yay, neurodivergence. Yay.
You never want to have an open. I always threaten that. If you
Yeah.
notice that, I always threaten, bring everybody.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not. Bring everybody into the room. We can talk about it. I said that.
But you
would I ever?
you don't want to do that. And I learned that the hard way. And I thought in that moment that, okay, it's hitting the fan, it's going down, but I'm gonna be able to come out on top here.
Oh,
I'm gonna be able to have them believe me
oh,
over Corey.
mm.
That's what I felt in that moment because I knew it was like, all right, it's too late. It's up. Like the way Matt was like, yo, because mind you, that conversation started with just me and Matt.
It should have ended.
And
with
I was
just you
like,
and
yo,
Matt.
what's going on?
Yeah.
He's like, well, Corey's saying that you part of a group and y'all coming after me. And I'm like, what? I just talked to Corey. Like, what you mean? He's like, I'm like, all right, let me go get Corey. And that's where it was just like,
Went left. You never.
I should have just been like, you know what, Matt, we're not doing it. But
That's
once
right,
again,
Cammy. She was.
I was determined to keep Izzy.
Right.
Like I knew that y'all was switching. I heard because Felicia came up to me and Felicia was like, Matt said he keeping me, and I don't think he would lie. That just like set off like alerts in my head where I was like, oh shit, I gotta do whatever I can do now
you were blinded.
because I need to keep Izzy.
Mm.
And that's why I was just like, all right, let me throw out and do whatever I gotta do just because I told her that at the beginning, just like I said, like I'm like, yo, I would essentially ruin my own game to try to keep you. And yeah,
Well, you did that.
and oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, and it was ways that I could have went about it, right? You voted for Izzy. the only
Of
person to vote
course,
for Izzy.
Yeah.
And it put a semi-target on your back, but it wasn't as bad as me trying to keep Izzy.
Right.
And that's why it's like, obviously, that's where, like, once again, I just recognize the amateurness in my game and
Inexperience.
where the inexperience in my game, where it's just like, all right, that shit that you got to get better at. But do I regret things like that? Like, nah, those are the moments that's going to make me into a better player one day. When I come back and I look back at those moments and I'm like, yo, I know I just lied, yo. And they about to have a round table talk. Let me go ahead and use the bathroom and see my head hurt. Something like that. Go to the
Exit
DR
immediately. Yeah.
But you got to go through it and learn. You was blessed enough to hit the ground running with your first season of Survivor, right? My first season of Big Brother, it was rough for me. I was able to do the competitive stuff, but the social stuff, I wasn't that great at.
Yeah, but that's because of you. Take accountability. Don't be like, you were lucky. No, she did that. She did that on Survivor. Again, you're like taking any achievement from her, and you're also taking any responsibility from yourself by phrasing it that way.
No, I think you were good socially because everybody liked you. There was a point that everybody loved Jared. Everybody wanted to work with Jared. It was just the way that you thought you needed to control people is not conducive to these type of games because you basically can't control anybody, right? And the strong arm
remember even his conversations with Blue were like controlling. Ooh.
Method is never going to work.
Mom knows her
old
son.
adage, easy. You get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. I give them the honey. You was giving them the mussel and the vinegar.
Yep.
And that's never going to work. But I think you've learned that. Which is crazy to me because when you
Evelyn, good point.
Work and handle me, you always give me the honey and get whatever you want. You got two other brothers and they know it. They're like, oh, let's let Pooh go ask her because you know how to get it.
So Jared, the way he talks to Suri, sometimes he'll smile, like the bigger smile than you'll see him with other people because he plays that like, I'm a sweet son, I'm by your, so he does know how to play her in that way, but she sees it.
So to not utilize that in the game was like puzzling to me.
I think I did up until a point where I started to feel like I got to play a little harder. When I felt as if my relationships wasn't as tight as they were, that's when I felt like I got to change something up a little bit because it don't seem like I got that same end that I used to have with some of y'all. And I'm sure there's a million things that I could go back and say, oh, this is why I said this to this person.
Right.
And this is why our relationship kind of fizzled out a little bit. But with that being said, like, I feel like I turned it up too early.
Yeah.
I went like 0 to 100 to 1,000,000 because I was like impatient. And that's what I told myself today.
Because you were getting your wiener touched.
I was like, damn, I didn't realize how impatient I was. I wanted the game to be over, not because I wasn't enjoying myself, but that's just how I play. It's like, yo, let's score and let's end the game. So we don't got to worry about doing this tit.
Yeah, but every game has a time. You can't just like score in football and go game over. It's like you got your quarters, right? I mean, I'm not like a foosball expert, but basketball, it's timed. Everything is timed. You can't just score and it be over. You have to go with the time. Hockey has 3 periods. Basketball has what do they got? 4 quarters? I don't know. Foosball's got 2 halves. Baseball, 7, 9 innings. I don't know. Everything's timed.
Tit for tat, back and forth. Yeah, I'm on the block this week, and then next week I don't want to play that game. You know what I mean? Like, and I was cruising for a while. I wasn't on the block for a while, and when I know it was like I probably should have been. So I feel like where I could have just coasted a little bit longer and possibly even stayed a little bit longer, I notched it up and went too hard.
Yeah.
And even back to my conversation with Corey and the whole Humiliverse breakdown.
So much.
I turned it up right there because when Felicia said that, the way that it alarmed me was like, oh shit. So I thought everything was good. So now she's telling me something that's alarming.
Let's say you just lack some self-control and emotional control and you're working on it. And you should have just talked to Matt separately. And you shouldn't have had a house meeting, even though, hey, I appreciate it on entertainment level, but it was not good for your game, Suri's game, or anyone you're aligned with.
Armin, let me go check it. And then when Matt said that, that's what like dropped my heart. I'm like, oh shit, like something about to go wrong. Because I told Izzy, and this was another thing that hurt me, is like, I told Izzy.
Right. Someone said earlier, is there any periods? I don't think there are periods to his sentences and his statements. It's one long run-on sentence. It's a novel of a run-on sentence.
Say, if you ever on the block, if my mom ever on the block, I don't care what the conversation is. I don't care how safe y'all feel. If I get veto, I'm taking y'all off. There's no conversation, and we just gonna let it be. Like I get that it'll expose my hand, but we'll just let it be.
But she understood that situation.
And me and her had a conversation. She was like, "Don't do it." She said, "Don't use it." And I was like, "Are you sure?" She was like, "No, don't use it." And I was like, "All right, cool." It's just like, and that's why I said there's so many layers to my game, because it's like I can't send Izzy home, but to some extent,
There's so many layers to my game. No, there's like the dumb, the dumber, and the dumbest layer. It was really dumb. You played really not smart, Jared. Just admit it. And all these other factors you speak of, everyone comes into the game with different factors. I mean, Sari had it far harder than you. She should have been. I mean, she was a target from the jump. God,
Cameron want to send you home, and I felt like I could have swayed Cameron off your path a little bit, but I couldn't trust that Cameron wasn't gonna. It was way too much of a risk, and that's why I told y'all that I'm like, I can't. Like, it's just I don't even want to put the 1% that I'm taking with Izzy on you.
So one more question that I know has to be addressed, and
What
I know
is it?
everybody wants to hear before our time run out. We there's so many more questions, but we have so many more.
Right. And I got some
episodes.
questions too.
Okay, but here's this one. This one is the one that I have to get in before our time is up.
What's that?
Why did you have sex on the couch?
What
And what did you wipe off? Was it
on
jizz?
God's green earth made you think it was okay
To finger bang?
to say anything? I had to say it to
No, ask about the finger bang on the couch.
my teeth because that's how I wanted to say it in the house. To say anything to Jag about Matt's superpower when I told you.
Oh yeah, they lost Jag there. Sari, that was really bad for Sari when he did that. Oh goodness.
Specifically that I'm the only one that knows this.
Oh, that was
Please, Jared. I didn't even tell Izzy that. You know that, right? You
I
were
didn't
the
know that.
only person that I told because I felt like this was the bank and I could leave my money in the bank and it would be safe.
bad. Oh no, that bank got robbed because that was not a bank. That was a Taco Bell, and you just left your money on the counter, and they stole it.
Anybody else was an ATM that could be picked up and taken away. But in
No.
this bank, I can put this money in this bank and it's never going to leave this bank. And the second I tell you, you go and tell Jag.
Yeah. So that was one of those moments again, right? When you told me that,
She lost Matt. She lost Jack. She lost everything there. Oh,
and we said that conversation ended with, "Yo, I know that y'all gonna vote him out, but we gonna figure it out. We gonna figure out how to not when he come back in, he not gonna target y'all." That's where we left it off. We didn't even finish with like, but how? What are we gonna do? We said that we're gonna have another conversation before it, so we could really figure out how we can both be in on the plan. That was the whole goal. Was like, yo, however it go down, just let him know that I was cool too, because I'm about to vote him out. You and Matt gonna be the only people safe, and now I'm gonna have to be battling with Jag. And that's the conversation we had, and that's where it ended. So when we walked out, once again, me accelerating my game, thinking like, all right, let me go make a move that I think
accelerating. I'll give it to the guy. He's good at putting these positive words on negative traits. He'd be great in a job interview. So am I always late? Or I don't get things done. You could say, the only reason I struggle is because I take on too much. I just want to do so much work rather than I can't be focused. I'm not interested in this shit. I don't want to do it. He's like, a negative trait about me, I care too much. I care so much. I'm so caring and I'm so thoughtful, and not always do people care and are thoughtful as much to me. Oh my
I think it's correct. I'm like, all right, let me go and do exactly what I just told her. I think we need to do, which is put me in on the plan somehow.
I know,
so
but
we
with
both
the
good.
information that I am the only one.
What he's saying is accelerate. I did that accelerating thing, Mom.
And that whole,
Yep.
so you basically serving me up on a platter by doing that,
Hey,
because
witness.
that changed me and Jag's relationship for the entirety of the game. From that point
Forever.
on. From that moment on, Jag knew he couldn't trust me because I shared the most crucial information that we had in the game with you. He didn't know that you were my son or why I shared it with you. And I'm telling him that I didn't. And then the second that I say to you, why did you tell Jag? You go right back to him and
press
say,
him about it.
I know you told somebody.
He's a bull in a china shop. He goes in there and he puts the heat on him. He's just like, all right, you said something.
Pointing out that it was me.
It was like I said,
He said, where's my money, Brian? Where's my money, Brian? Like that episode of what the hell's that show? Family Guy. Where's my money, Brian? I want my money, Brian. That's what he did to Jag.
it's again, it's like playing an advanced accelerated game, thinking like, yo, this is
Did he just say it? You guys, it's not because he's dumb. It's not because he lacks control. It is he's playing this advanced accelerated game. Oh my God. Let's hear that
Somebody.
again.
Pointing out that it was me.
Oh my God.
It was like I said, once again, it's like playing an advanced accelerated game, thinking like, yo,
Playing in advanced accelerated game. No, sir.
this is what I have
No,
to
sir.
do. And then you
No,
lose
sir.
control of the shit and you're like, damn, I should have just asked for help.
No,
Damn, I
sir.
should have just waited.
You
Damn, I
should
should
have
have
just
just did
shut
something
up.
different.
Shut
From
up.
me and you.
Shut
like,
up.
I know out here,
Shut up.
outside of the house, I could tell you my life.
I don't think so.
Of
Like
course.
I could tell you where the body is is
I think he would use that for clout and or vagine.
we'll go bury it together.
He'd be busy having sex with someone that wasn't his girlfriend. Allegedly.
That's what I felt in the house while I shared that information with one person, which was you. So that for you to share that information made me want to get like my old belt out from way back in the day.
Not the belt.
Be like, what in the world? And I get that we're playing a game, and I want to give you grace in this moment. And
Don't.
a lot of people are like, oh, he shared your secret. He did
He ruined your game. He tanked your game.
this. How can you? I love you
Of
beyond
course you do. It's your child. We get it. But he's horrible at this.
on this game. And I get it that this is your first go around. And I made mistakes in this game, and this is my 7th, 8th, whatever go around.
Oh
So it's not that I'm getting on you,
my
but these are questions that I, as well as the fans, want to know. Like,
Oh, yeah,
what
for sure.
were you thinking?
For
bro?
sure. I think everybody would say that until they enter their game for the first time, national television, millions of people, and you playing for your mother.
Right.
It's a little bit different. A lot of people got a lot to say.
Your mother said she was playing for you. She was trying to start you off in this reality TV career. So how are you playing for her? Again, he's making himself the martyr.
Hey? But a lot of people would never be in that position.
Yeah, everyone's first
And
time.
it's
Otter,
a
good
different
point.
kind of pressure that people just would never understand.
never
And that's
understand.
where it's like,
He's under this pressure. His mom is the LeBron of game show competitions.
oh, damn, I would have did something different. That's a stupid move. Yeah, you can say that from the couch. Yeah, you can say that.
No,
From
we're not armchair quarterbacking because I know I'd make a lot of mistakes, but I do know if my mom was Sari Fields and she went into the game, I would listen to what the hell she had to say. And I wouldn't do things because I thought I knew so much better and I'm advanced and I have an advanced accelerated game. And I probably wouldn't have sex with Blue on a couch and wipe it up with Clorox wipes. I mean, I don't think I would. Maybe I would. I don't know. We'll see.
that from watching on the outside, you don't even, yeah, you can say that as thinking of her as a legend. You don't know her as mom.
So what are you saying? So you know her as mom. So you don't want to listen to her because you guys all see her as a legend, but she's not. She's mom. And mom sucks.
Like I know her. You don't know her as also.
Someone's on the side like, shut up, Jared. Shut up. Maybe it's his stepdad. Shut up. Shut up. His brother's like, shut up, Jared. Shut up.
As also the legend
He's scared of something over there.
of this game.
Right.
So once again,
Maybe it was Blue and the girlfriend coming in.
like I say, it's so many layers into that, and where
It was Julie Chen. She was like, when did you believe in God? And you're like, Julie, this isn't your podcast. I know we're using the same studio, but this is not your podcast. Go home. Yes, but are you a Mormon?
who say, yo, why the hell? Just like when I watch certain things and I'm like, yo, why the hell would you do that? It's just because at the moment you thought that's what was right. You was trying to play this game, and that's just individual.
Right.
Imagine if you had your little brother or your mom, your mother, like that.
Your
There's
mother.
no,
Yeah.
like, it's not like I
Speaking
got
of
my older brother where I'm like, ah, he good. Or
mothers
it's like
calling
literally
now.
the only other comparison to that is my young.
Let's see. Hey, Nana, I'm on live. What are you doing? Nana?
Hello?
Hi, I'm on a live.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, you're on a live. I'm on
I'm
live.
on live?
Yeah, on my channel. Do you remember I have a YouTube channel, Nana?
Yes.
Okay, good. People here are very excited to hear you. Hi.
Well, that's very nice. Hi.
Hi.
Frank and I are playing Monopoly.
Oh, how fun. We were just going over some Big Brother stuff. And
Okay.
we're going to talk about a couple other stories. But you got the kids over there. Everyone's saying they love you in the chat.
Oh, that's so nice, you guys. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So do you want me to call you when I'm off live? Do you have any news you want to share or anything? Did you have any tea? Any stolen tea?
I really don't have stolen tea.
No?
I've been, I'm just not with it.
Oh, what's wrong? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine. I'm just, old lady tired. How's that?
Oh, yes. I was telling everyone how you said in the 60s, the gas just falls out of you and you get the put-puts when we go to Target.
Well, absolutely. And then you walk a little faster thinking it'll be the person behind you or in front of you that did it. So, okay.
Yes. B Bean says, Nana, tell us some family tea. They want the family tea.
Oh,
Nana did not have any of the kids this year saying, Santa doesn't know me at all by giving them gifts of wrapped up Kleenex
no,
boxes.
I I did good this year.
You did.
I did really good this year. I didn't buy him crayons. I didn't buy him boxes of Kleenex. I didn't buy Frankie a doll, even though the doll's name was Theodore. Didn't buy it.
Mhm.
So we did good this year. And what do we always go back to? The same old, same old. We're playing Monopoly.
Oh, and DGF wants to know who owns Park Place.
This time I have Park Place. He's got Boardwalk.
Oh,
He always gets the best one.
because Danny T says, Nana, show no mercy. Get Boardwalk too late. Frankie's got it.
Frankie gets it all the time.
What does Lucy
He
got?
just-
Is she playing?
Nope, she's not playing. She
Oh.
said, thank you, but no.
She said, thank you, next.
Thank you, but no.
Oh, yay, Nana, you did good this year with the presents. You definitely did.
Did really good. Yeah. It's harder as they get older. I think it's a little harder to buy for them. When they're little, it's just easy and just
Mhm.
everything excites them. But
Paw
they have
Patrol.
some real opinions. They have some real opinions, you know?
Yeah, like when they're little,
They
it's just
did?
Paw Patrol, everything.
Yes. Oh, yeah. They did love the rugs that you suggested
Yep.
that I got at Costco, those really soft ones. I said, oh,
Faux fur.
Dad said to him, yeah. Dad said to him, so what do you think of your rugs, you guys? Do you like them? We slept on them last night, so that must have been a hit.
Reality Tea with Krista Marie just gave a super chat and said, hi, Nana. Much love. Can't wait until you're live too. Well, we got to do another night pants maybe tomorrow.
Yes. Yes. What do we have tomorrow? Tomorrow's Saturday.
Yep. No, tomorrow's Friday.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I think today's Thursday.
Okay.
Right, guys? Thank you, Krista Marie. Appreciate that.
Well, then not a problem.
Okay. Friday, you got
Not a
big
problem.
plans?
I have no plans.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the joy.
Then we'll do the damn thing, Nana.
We'll do it.
Oh, well, we miss
We'll do
you.
it. Thank you. I miss you. I miss you guys. I did tune in earlier just so I could get a like on there.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I do need those
Yeah,
likes.
I get the likes in there. Did I share that one? I thought I did. I tried to share them too.
You do. You always share to your Facebook friends, and I appreciate it. B Bean says today is Thursday, December 28th, 2023, in case anyone had any question about that.
Thank you. That really helps me. Let me get rid of it. Alexa, turn it off. Okay, so good.
Oh, Lordy.
It's
Oh.
like the music, and it's like, okay, if I knew any of the words, maybe I'd like it too.
Do they have naughty words in the songs?
No, this one's all right.
Okay.
This one. Who is that singing, you guys? Do you know?
No, I don't really think of them. I just know the other song.
Oh, you just know the other song. Okay,
Oh.
he's good.
Did you hear it on TikTok
Did you hear it on TikTok,
or
Frank?
Roblox?
I just learned it from a game.
Oh, he just learned it from a game.
Oh,
so-
okay. Roblox, probably. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he says not from Roblox. We don't know
Oh,
everything.
not from Roblox. I am so sorry, sir. Oh,
Frankie, she's live on her show. Do you have anything to say? That would be nice.
What is 1 times 1?
What's 1 times 1, everybody?
all right. Frankie in with the with the math problems. All right, I'll call you guys back when I'm off live, okay?
Okay, and then call us back with the answer.
Okay, 1 times 1 is going to take me a while.
I already know the answer, but
Oh,
just tell me your answers at first.
Okay, first answer was from Amy. She says 1. Second, Robert was the second to answer with 1. And B Bean even wrote the whole problem out and wrote 1 times 1 equals 1. Are they right, Frank?
Are they right?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they
Okay,
are. Wow.
terrific.
Wow.
Terrific. That's great.
We know Frank loves math.
He loves his math. He loves his math.
Keep loving your math, buddy. All right, I got to get on to some stories, but love you guys.
Okay, God is love. Peace out.
Okay,
kids.
peace out. Bye.
Bye.
And see, we have a little commercial break, cleanse the palate of the Jared Gaslight, and move on to our next story, you guys. We got to get into the Kevin Hart of it all. I'm going to send this over to myself. Oh, my cellular data is turned off. Whoops. Okay. Okay. like Felicia would say. Okay. All right. So let's talk about it. Kevin Hart, comedian extraordinaire. Also, he's going to have a show, I believe, about something having to do with his where he's from in Philadelphia. I think I saw a little advertisement or commercial for that, but everybody knows Kevin Hart. I mean, you know him, you might love him, you might not love him. It don't matter, because what's happening is Kevin Hart has filed a lawsuit against a YouTuber, and I think you might know this YouTuber because she's been in a previous lawsuit with Cardi B that she lost, and I think she might be paying Cardi B off for like the rest of her life. But according to Love B. Scott, let me share this here. You guys, lots of people are talking about this because Kevin Hart is suing YouTuber Tasha K for extortion and defamation. I mean, Tasha K is not. Is she gonna? How is she gonna survive? She owes so many people. How much money does she still owe Cardi B? I had no idea she was even talking about Kevin Hart, because I think she does a lot of things now under her membership that she has through her own website. But again, I'm not subscribed to her channel, so I'm not 100% sure. But Kevin Hart's alleged former assistant, Misha, has sat down with Tasha K for an interview. Oh, not an interview. Hart is now suing controversial YouTuber Tasha K for extortion, as she allegedly threatened to release the bombshell interview. So his former assistant sat down with Tasha K. What could he not want us to know? Interesting. According to legal documents obtained by The Blast, the comedian and actor initially slammed the controversial vlogger with a cease and desist. That is always the first action, and that's saying, if you go further, then I will take legal action. All right. And if you send this and people know you're broke, they'll go whatever, and they'll just keep doing what they're doing. But Kevin Hart, he's obviously not broke. So you probably want to cease and desist. So he was warning he wouldn't pay so he slammed her with a cease and desist, and then warning he wouldn't pay a 6-figure fee to keep the interview from going public. Did she say, you better pay me? You better pay me, bitch? Oh my gosh. So in the filing, Kevin's legal team says on November 22nd, 2023, they sent a letter to Tasha K regarding her recent and ongoing violations of civil and criminal law. Jesus, YouTube is messy. Addressed with the infamous YouTuber's real name, Latasha Transrina Kibi. The filing demanded that she immediately cease and desist all such activity. It continued, you have already engaged in criminal conduct and tortious acts that would entitle Mr. Hart to monetary damages against you should he elect to commence civil litigation regarding this matter. Ooh. To the extent that you do not cease and desist now, your liability for such monetary damages will increase. Oh no, as will your exposure to criminal penalties. Oh, this is serious. Citing the incident leading to the cease and desist, Hart's legal rep, Dante Mills, explained that an unknown individual claiming affiliation with Tasha's blog reached out to someone on the Jumanji Stars team. Now, didn't she just do an interview saying that it was someone's mistress, and that person was like, I think it was Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac, that it was her husband, a mistress, and then it was proven he never met that lady. So Tasha K, she sometimes she gets it wrong, or she just makes up stuff sometimes, allegedly. Okay, everything I say is alleged. However, everything is true except for the parts that are false. Okay. It means litigation against. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's keep going. This is juicy. So the person allegedly acting per Tasha's instructions conveyed an intent to publish a damaging story on social media. However, they declared that Hart could avoid the public seeing the story if he paid $250,000. So someone acting on Tasha K's behalf allegedly was like, hey, we might not put the story out if you pay us $250,000. Okay. Otherwise, we're going to publish a damaging story on our social media story. Damaging stories in the stories. Oh my goodness. The documents claim the act falls under Penal Code Section 5118, not 518. Did I say 5118? 518. And it gives rise to both criminal and civil. Is Tasha K going to prison? Liability against you and anyone involved in your efforts to extort Mr. Hart. Oh my God. Thus making Tasha's alleged effort to extract payment from the father of 4, they're adding that he has 4 kids, by threatening exposure of information supposedly harmful to him is a textbook example. Yes, I mean, extortion is bad. Blackmail, bad. Blackjack, good. Sometimes. Okay. Shockingly, Hart's team reported the incident to police and told investigators the team's understanding of the story in question was an interview with Mr. Hart's former assistant. Did he have sex with her? Misha Shakes. Oh, not Shakes. That supposedly includes scandalous assertions against him. He tried to have sex with her. Is that what they're saying? Oh, no. Allegedly. Okay. Oh, no. Adding, in advance of your threatened publication of the story, you posted a teaser with Miss Shakes on YouTube, which clearly was intended as a threat, sending a message to Mr. Hart's team that the more detailed story would not be published if the ransom is paid. A ransom? He reminded the alleged parties involved of the non-disclosure agreement signed by Miss Shakes. Yeah, these celebrities, if they have people work for them, you got to get an NDA. But NDAs also, I think a lot of them have time limits. I don't think can you get an NDA forever? I don't know. Okay, so they reminded her like, hey, this Misha Shakes, okay? She no, that's not her name. What is her name? Miss Shakes. All right. Misha. Yeah. She signed a NDA, non-disclosure agreement, highlighting that the supposed assistant would be in violation if any details in connection with the story were divulged. Of course, Hart's lawyers cited their familiarity with the Unwind with Tasha K's host defamatory and otherwise improper content regarding celebrities and other high-profile individuals. One such high-profile individual that Tasha had lost a defamation suit to, we all remember, was Cardi B, after a judge found her liable for civil damages exceeding $3 million. Losing the case ultimately resulted in the entertainment personality filing for bankruptcy protection. Oh, God. Which Mills touched on in the legal documents. So they're like, they're creating a case like, I'm no Emily D. Baker here, but they're creating like, this is a pattern of behavior. This is who this person is, like Ariana to Jax. This is who this person is. They have a history of this, building your case for I wish this went to Judge Judy, but she's got a $5,000 limit, but this would be fun to watch. He declared that Tasha would not escape liability for monetary damages to Mr. Hart that you incur as a result of the misconduct described herein. The filing further stated, in light of the foregoing issues, we demand that you immediately cease and desist all activity and public statements relating to the story and refrain from any publication or threatened release of the story. According to Love B. Scott, Tasha K has yet to respond to the lawsuit. Well, let's look, because this was, what did you guys say? Today's the 20th. This was yesterday. So let's see if she has now put out a statement. So Kevin Hart versus Tasha K. Okay, Kevin Hart sues YouTuber Tasha K for extortion. That's crazy. The former assistant sat down for an interview, but has Tasha K spoken? Oh, Kevin Hart suing YouTuber alleging extortion and invasion of privacy. The star claims she demanded $250,000 not to publish an interview with his former assistant. Tasha K lost the lawsuit. We know about that. So let's see. As Tasha K said, I don't she said anything. Without, maybe through her lawyer, responds to Kevin Hart. Ooh. Yes, they don't keep me here because I'm pretty. They keep me here because I'm smart. That's a Judge Judyism of all Judge Judy. Kevin Hart sues YouTuber Tasha K. Okay. Well, the Hollywood Reporter's now on it. Let's see if they have any new information. Not that they necessarily will. So they got her real name. And Tasha K has yet to pay off the $4 million judgment for defaming Cardi B. Oh, man. Oh, Lord. So again, suing, demanding six-figure payout, that she demanded a six-figure payout not to publish what the actor claims is a defamatory interview from his former assistant. The lawsuit was filed in Los Angeles on Tuesday and accuses her of all these things and spearheading a scheme to extort Hart out of $250,000 by Misha Shakes. I'm going to have to look up this Misha girl and see if I can find this woman. According to the complaint, Shakes made false statements. I wonder what the false statements were. I mean, I know that's the thing they're trying not to get out there, because it's like once that gets out there, even true or not true, it's gonna live in infamy. Okay. According to the complaint, Shakes made false statements during the conversation that included Hart facing criminal charges over recording a sexual encounter. What? One of the statements, allegedly, according to Hollywood Reporter, that this Misha Shakes made during the conversation with Tasha K is that Hart could be facing criminal charges over recording a sexual encounter. With who? With who? Oh. Tasha K, whose real name, blah, 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 YouTube channel, blah, 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 where she mostly posts about celebrity gossip. In March, a federal judge, we know, appeals court upheld $4 million judgment against her for making defamatory claims that rapper Cardi B engaged in prostitution, had herpes, oh goodness, used cocaine, among other things. Didn't she say something about a beer bottle in an area? Okay. In the suit, Hart claims that unidentified affiliates of Tasha K reached out to him in November, stating that an interview damaging to his reputation. Maybe Tasha K is just trying to get some money quick because she's got to be paying Cardi B. So she's like, I will do these interviews. I won't put them out, but I'll extort the celebrities. They're not all going to take me to court. Maybe that's her new get rich quick, get Cardi B paid off quick scheme, plan. I don't know. Okay, so this person reached out and said, hey, we got a story that's coming out. It's not going to be good. If you want to stop the story and save your reputation, give us $250,000. The actor refused to pay, contacted law enforcement, and sent a cease and desist, which we know. According to the complaint, in the letter, Hart's lawyers warned her that any damages she's forced to pay as a result of her alleged misconduct won't be dischargeable in bankruptcy. They're like, you can't get saved by bankruptcy again. You can't do that because these are things that bankruptcy won't collect. So if you want to go in a messy court battle, bankruptcy can't save her this time. That's what they're saying, Danny T. Oh my gosh. The suit details a teaser for the interview. Is the teaser still out for the interview? Posted in November, in which she allegedly threatens Hart. When you don't pay, we have to get money by any means necessary. What? This is what Tasha K said? The suit details a teaser for the interview posted in November, in which she allegedly threatens Hart. So they're saying Tasha K threatened Kevin Hart and said, when you don't pay, we have to get money by any means necessary. Oh my God, this is like a movie. Hart also claims that Shakes, the alleged former assistant, violated her confidentiality and non-disclosure agreements by discussing confidential business and personal information relating to Hart. Notwithstanding the truth or falsity of any such statements, Shakes would only have had knowledge regarding such subjects as a result of her employment with Hart and Heartbeat, states the complaint. Shakes, who was employed by Heartbeat Productions from 2017 to 2020. So she left during the pandemic or got fired as Hart's personal assistant, said there are unidentified loopholes in the confidentiality and non-disclosure agreements that enable her to escape the consequences of her brazenly violating her promises to plaintiffs, the suit says. The NDA provided for her to be paid $90,000 over 3 years. So she signed the NDA and it said they would pay her $90,000 over. So maybe Tasha K is saying, you better pay this woman. Maybe that's what, this is a lot. So the NDA provided for her to be paid $90,000 over 3 years. In the interview, she claimed Hart was a serial cheater. I knew it. It's always about the wiener and the wiener wandering and that getting out. Because that, can Kevin Hart, if he is a serial crazy cuckoo out there putting his ween allegedly in lots of people and stuff, his image, I would say it would take a hit for the kind of movies he's doing in the family stuff. It wouldn't look good for him. Also, probably his wife wouldn't be happy if he still has a wife. Okay. So just speculating here. So the interview claims that he was a serial cheater and gambling addict. Oh my God, who paid an associate millions to take DUI charges for him. What? He paid one of his associates to take his DUI charges from him, and they're saying he's a gambling addict. Oh my Lord, this is juicy. Whoa. It was published in December on Kibi's website, which is Tasha K, which can only be accessed for a monthly subscription fee. Oh my God, do we have to get the subscription to listen to it? As for allegedly defamatory statement, the suit only points to statements regarding Hart and certain legal disputes in which he had been involved, including that he recorded a video of a sexual encounter and that he faced criminal charges regarding that supposed incident. Why do you record this shit? To prevail, Hart will have to prove that Shakes acted with a level of malice or recklessness necessary to meet the high standards for public figures to allege defamation. Yeah, you have to prove that she did this knowingly with malice to take you down, because if her team can prove, hey, she believes the stuff she's saying is true and here's why. And she didn't say this in a way to take you down or malice or recklessly. Oh, then defamation's hard. We saw that with the Johnny Depp case and that. And normally it's very hard to prove that sort of thing. But I mean, for Tasha K, she's already been proven to be defamatory towards people. Cardi B. This includes an intent to harm with prior knowledge that what was said is false. So yeah, you have to prove that she knew what she was saying is false and still said it in order to, hurt him, his business, all that. Ooh. Or was said in reckless disregard for the truth. Several defamation suits, including ones filed by Donald Trump, Sarah Palin, and a person who sued over his portrayal in The Wolf of Wall Street, have failed to meet the standard. Tasha K, who faces claims of extortion, intentional interference with contractual relations, and invasion of privacy, wasn't accused of defamation. In a statement, a representative for Tasha K, the YouTuber, said, "Please watch the full interview." This is like marketing for Tasha K. I wonder how many people got subscriptions and watched this interview because of this story. In 2017, Hart issued an apology for cheating on his wife. Oh, I didn't know he was already a cheater. With a woman who also allegedly tried to extort him. Oh, sir, you got to control your penis. Why give success to these men when they don't know what to do with their dicks? I don't understand. I did not know this about Kevin Hart. And then you're just getting extorted left and right, all because the dick is going crazy. Can you not control your appendages? They need to make a pill. Stop with the boner pills. They need to make a pill that makes men unhorny. In situations they shouldn't be horny. At work, take the horniness away, pill. You know, when you're out with people that aren't your wife, take the horniness away, pill. Because it's pretty clear they can't control the ding-a-ling. My ding-a-ling, your ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling-a-ling. You know, he's just out here allegedly saying, play with it. Unfortunately, a very normal Hollywood behavior these days. Okay, so here's that case where he had an affair. He had to say sorry, and then this person tried to extort him. Oh, so this isn't his first rodeo. What? And here's my other question. Why even be married? You're famous, you got money, you can get any Virginia you want, but use protection because people like to, you know, they want to get baby. They got to lock down the bag. You know, there are people, you see a famous person, you're like, I got to get that baby because that's money. That's a connection to this person forever. But why not just be single, right? A mingle out there, just doing what you want with your wiener. Why take the vow of marriage? Is it because they have children? I don't know. Just if you want to just be a whore, go be a whore. Be a whore, and you got money. Whores with money, what a life. What a life. But you can't whore it when you got the wife and the kids. And how do you have time to go in a brand new vagina with 4 kids? I know you can have nannies and stuff, but even regular dudes do that. You see that all the time. They're like, yeah, that guy cheated on his wife. Shit, they have 5 kids. I'm like, how does he have time with 5 kids? That just shows not doing enough at home. Okay, not doing enough. Leaving it to the women to do too much. To do too much. Kels, what do you mean? It's for the optics. Tell me more. I will patent that idea. It's the no boner pill. When you don't need a boner, because you don't always need a boner. And sometimes, you can't control that boner. So we have the perfect pill for you. I wish I had a pill thing. I have my Lineage. The perfect pill for you to make your boner go down so you don't cheat on your wife, ruin your family, and get extorted and outed by Tasha K. Get it today. Free trial. Okay. You got to take the anti-boner. And anytime you are outside of the house, anti-boner pill. Oh, I'm going to go get gas, anti-boner. You never know. You could fall on the nozzle at the gas station. Your dick can just get right in a Nissan Sentra with a lady that's not your wife. And so you got to take it. I think that's the only, now we can't trust men. No offense to those of you who have control of your boners, mazel, but especially men with money, you get take the no boner, or just don't get married, Yeah, it's gonna have to be women to create that pill. Me and Chell were talking about this last night, I think it was, or maybe it was the night before. How they like we're talking about Cialis or something, like was it for something else, and then, but like once they found out men couldn't get erections, they were like, oh my God, they have made so many strides in male erectile dysfunction. Basically every, they're like, oh, it's got a little, well, not Zoloft. That'll kind of, they probably have I'm surprised they haven't come up with a male Zoloft that'll get you a rager in the cager and make you not want to, leave the world. But there's so many drugs that they're like, and he'll give you a boner. But women, we still have to go through all the menopausal stuff, all this. They haven't even figured out really how to get rid of, PMS. I mean, we still struggle so much with the people with endometriosis, and there's all these tests, but the boner, oh God, men can't get boners. Yes, but women are at home debilitated by their menstrual cycle and endometriosis and other things. We'll focus on that later, Karen. Okay. There are men who cannot get hard and cheat on their spouses. Like they go out of their way to make sure men have boners. And some will say, well, if a man don't have the boner, then we can't have the babies to put in the ladies. Well, I mean, you just need a couple guys that can control their boners to populate the earth. But you need lots of women. Okay. Lots of women. Yes. Cancer can wait, Barb. Bob can't get a boner. Okay. I am sorry. This is serious. God, these bitches, they're always just worried about their diabetes, But Bob is sitting flaccid. All right. You know, he went on Pornhub, Porndub, Porn Sub, and nothing. That is a travesty. There, it's crazy. It's crazy. Emily says Viagra gave my dad a heart attack. It can be dangerous. Yes, but it's like the sacrifice for their art. I'm so sorry that happened to your dad. That's so scary. But oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What? Amy says, did you know Dave Neal, comedian Dave Neal, Big Brother follower Dave Neal, is being sued for defamation by a crazy girl he's been making videos about because she's claiming she's pregnant with Clayton, a former bachelor. What? Oh my God. This is why I just do. I'm not a reporter. I do comedy, roasting, recapping. Everything I say is true except for the parts that are false. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. This is all entertainment purposes only. Are you serious, Dave? If you guys don't know, Dave Neal is a funny comedian. He got big on YouTube with The Bachelor. We have a mutual friend, so I have been to like Mike's with him a few times and met him. But nice guy. Oh my gosh. And so now he's like Mr. Bachelor Nation. He like blew up. Paternity scandal. Oh my God. Clayton Eckarts. I don't know nothing about no Bachelor Nation. Accuser gets new lawyer. What? What in the Dave Neal? Okay. Dave Neal sued. Okay, let's play a little bit of Dave Neal. Shout out to Dave Neal. We're gonna play a little bit of what's going on here. Oh my God. I'm so glad nobody takes me seriously. I am so glad. No, thank you. Okay, here we go, Dave Neal.
Host of Bachelor Nation News. Now, we already made this video right here called Will I Get Sued? I deleted several videos as I was threatened.
Okay, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. No offense to Dave, but I gotta get
with lawsuits by the lady that is in a paternity scandal with Clayton Eckert. As you guys know, look, I don't consider myself an investigative journalist, but my defamation lawyer does. And we have been one of the only.
Whoa. I hope no one considers me an investigative journalist. Evelyn, thank you so much for the super chat. Jolene, you just awakened me to the national tragedy of men not being able to have boners. All research funds and efforts should be directed to this travesty. It is hard out there for a flaccid dick.
Only channels
Thank
that
you,
have covered
Evelyn.
what we believe to be one of the craziest Bachelor stories of all
How
time. That's right.
crazy.
It is a wild story. I'm not going to relitigate the whole thing, but I have received a cease and desist letter, one of which I'm not quite prepared to share with you, but I'm not going to share it with
He's
you.
a real blogger now. He got a cease and desist. Way to go, Dave.
I'm just waiting for my
I do feel bad for him. I think Dave is a nice person. And as a fellow stand-up comedian, I stand by Dave.
defamation lawyer
Poor
to
guy.
look over it a little bit further. Now, I've got plenty of people, the flock gang here, that are flocking around.
Is that what he calls his people? The flock gang? We got the lean team. He's got the flock gang.
And finding out flock stars that have looked into the cease and desist sent to me. It appears to be from an actual lawyer, but it comes with a lot of baggage. I'm not going to get into all the X's and O's of what I've been accused of here, but as we know, I've been trying very hard to cover my own ass, but to cover things as objectively as possible, which means sharing things that Clayton says, sharing things that Jane Doe says. You know, she'll send me information and then I'll report on it and she'll say, why are you reporting this? I go, well, you sent it to me. You know what I'm doing. And then when I don't report on something, she goes, you're only sharing his side of the story. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's almost as if she'd rather have her cake and eat it too. But
okay, so this woman is sending him information and she's claiming she'd had a baby with this Bachelor star, and she's sending Dave information, and then if he doesn't share the oh my gosh, this is messy.
But I have a sweet tooth and we are munching on this cake. But now we have been told to cease and desist the eating of said cake. Will we cease? Will we desist? It doesn't appear so because it doesn't appear as if we've done much wrong. Again, I'm going to have my legal team check this out a little bit further, but all signs indicate we've done a damn good job of covering the story respectfully, sharing different sides of it, and not creating any information that would harm anybody. We just reported on what is actually out there. But we'll get more into that. So stick around, hit the subscribe button. I'll tell you this, it is a challenge to make this content. There is a real risk I could be sued, even if I am perfectly innocent. And
I mean, that's the truth. I've had I've had some crazies. Yeah, I've had my fair share of crazies. So yeah, since starting YouTube and different threats, yeah,
And the problem is people don't have their information right. And speaking of people that don't have their information right, we've got the Almost Famous podcast. And now they're not terrible here.
Who's the Almost? Why does that sound familiar?
They've got most of the story, but they still are blaming who might be the victim here, which is Clayton Echard. Now, as we know, Clayton came out and he had his Instagram reel that was like, oh, guess what it is? It's a Friday. And guess what? I'm not the father. He did that whole deal. And again, who are we to judge how someone reacts when they feel they are vindicated? Now, Jane Doe said, well, the test isn't over. She was scheduled to retake the test that initially showed no signs of fetal DNA. Didn't take that test right away, went to her neurologist, who was having seizures, as she alleges. And then afterwards, said she was going to retake the test. The results were supposed to come in yesterday. We haven't seen those yet. My guess is Clayton will get those results and talk about them as they arrive. I am scheduled, can you believe this, to meet with Clayton tomorrow for an episode of Driving with Dave. I can't promise we'll have a lot.
Oh my gosh, I gotta look into this Clayton guy. Okay, so Clayton Bachelor baby. I'm gonna Google that. So he revealed the results of a paternity test following a woman's lawsuit. So former Bachelor star Clayton Echard, in case anyone like me has no idea what's being discussed, he looks kind of douchey, no offense, all offense, announced the results of a paternity test he took in response to a lawsuit from a woman who alleges she became pregnant with twins after a sexual encounter. The Bachelor star announced that he had received results from a paternity test he underwent in response to a paternity lawsuit from an Arizona podcaster who alleged she became pregnant with twins after engaging in sexual activity with him. I'm sorry, what? So he got paternity results from a lady who's an Arizona podcaster. Is this the same lady who alleged she became pregnant with twins after engaging in sexual activity with him? Listen, it's Friday, and you know what? That's what Dave was just talking about. So he posted this. It's Friday, and you know what we need on a Friday? We need some good news. And who's got the good news today? I got the good news. He said in an Instagram selfie video shared October 6th. What's the good news, Clayton? Well, test results came back early, and they said little to no fetal DNA present. So they checked they can check DNA in when you're pregnant. You don't even gotta wait till the baby's born to be like, you are not the father, or you are the father. Clayton continued, let's go, baby. I knew that was going to happen. Thankfully, 5 months of torture can finally be put to rest. However, the podcaster told Us Weekly in a statement that the day that the lab, or that day that the lab that ran, oh my God, so many that's, the paternity test informed her, and this is according to E! News, that there was an issue with my sample and that they needed another sample from me, which I am giving first thing on Wednesday. The 33-year-old, whose name was not made public, alleged in her August lawsuit, obtained by The Sun in page 6, that she and Clayton engaged in sexual activity on one night in May. Clayton told The Sun in a statement that the two did not have sexual intercourse. And in his response to the woman's lawsuit, he requested a court-ordered paternity test paid for by the UK. Paid for by her, the UK newspaper reported. Oh my gosh. In his October 6th message, Clayton added, I think 2 false accusations in a lifetime is enough, seemingly referring to a TikTok user's false 2022 allegations that he cheated on his now ex-girlfriend Susie Evans with her, which he denied. She later apologized, saying she realized the man she met was not the reality star. Are you kidding me? He looked so much like you. I thought you were inside me. It turns out it wasn't. Sorry. Susie expressed support for Clayton in the comment section of his latest video. Love seeing my parents commenting on this too, she wrote, adding Team Clayton. What? That is sad if she does need help. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's hear a little bit more, Dave, and then we got more to get into.
A lot to discuss regarding this case, as it is reaching a point where we have to be careful what is actually said. But trust me when I say this, I will be discussing this cease and desist today on the Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Neal.
Everything's behind a paywall.
I gotta generate new
I mean, I get it. That's kind of how it goes.
Patreon members, because there is a actual fear that people will silence me on this channel. That is a fear that exists.
I worry about that too. I worried whether I should just go strictly over to Patreon at times, because YouTube is fickle, and at any time they can just decide you're done, your channel's done. I've seen so many people now just get demonetized and they have to put through claims and be like, I think I was demonetized incorrectly. And I've seen this happen at least 2 to 3 times by people I know. So I don't blame people for kind of taking a hold of their own careers and their online content, because YouTube at any time can kind of really fuck you over.
Not stoking anything up. I sort of poked the bear a few days ago and said, you know what? I'm going to re-upload all of these videos that I have here. I've got all of the videos here in a playlist. I said, I'm going to re-upload them. I'm not going to live in any fear that someone's going to push me around if I have not received a proper cease and desist. So then, of course, as you F around and do find out, I received that cease and desist, which again, anyone can order one of these up if you want to go on Fiverr and spend $25 or whatever the lawyers charge. But the point remains that I still have to take it seriously, even if she possibly isn't taking the legal system seriously herself. Either way, let's listen to what Ben and Ashley had to say regarding Clayton.
Who the hell are Ben
woman's
and Ashley?
lawsuit. This according to BE.
Did you watch his reaction video?
I did watch his reaction
Okay.
video.
And did you just
If it is it just a
just
cease
manner.
and desist
So,
Yeah, I mean,
he's gotten? Because yeah, I mean, Busy and I, my friend who we do Sip and Key, you guys know Busy Blue, we got like a cease and desist. I think someone wrote it themselves on things, and it's yeah, it's just like a warning. But is she really gonna do
My
it?
thing with cringe is you don't get to call something cringe when they are the victim. I don't think you can call a victim cringe. Could you imagine if you
nor could I be?
I get why he's mad. I get if this,
Yeah,
if this
I
was
get it.
all, a setup.
if you get why he's mad, you don't get to control how he responds. If he
Or
was
if
set
this
up.
was somebody going after him. I get why he was mad. But like
No buts.
I guess for me,
Nope.
I would think that like if I was in that situation, the results, like there would be a relief, and then there would be like a solemn like,
Okay, let's put Ben Higgins in that situation. Hey, Jane Doe, do you have any plans to be in Ben Higgins' neighborhood? Maybe you guys could meet up. No, you don't. You don't get to say I would.
Amy says he has a GoFund, or he has an attorney and a GoFundMe, and there's one for Clayton also. This girl has a lot of money, and is her name out there, Amy? Like, is she the podcaster? Oh my gosh. Online culture is batshit crazy. That's why eventually I'm going to pitch something to my manager, like some kind of show or something, just regarding the little, on a little local level of this online, these kind of parasocial relationships that form, and the toxicity that can follow, and the cults that can ensue. Like, it is very fascinating, very interesting, and very disturbing. Crazy. But yeah, Amy, is there like information out? Is she out there saying, like, or is her information hidden? I'll have to look more into this. But okay, she has a TRO against him. Oh my goodness. Temporary restraining order. Dave won't say her name to protect her identity. Oh goodness. Oh my lordy. Oh my lordy. This is juicy. So, oh, interesting. Okay, so Reddit, always go to Reddit. They have, I guess her name is Laura Owens versus Clayton Eckerd case. And this person wrote this 21 days ago saying that, okay, catching themselves up on this. There's been talk that mommy and daddy pay for everything. This is what this person's claiming about this woman. And she's got horses, a casita. Ooh, I love a casita. The podcast guest, the lawsuits against her, first 2 victims, Clayton and now Dave. Oh, this Bachelor. This one, I'm so glad I don't cover Bachelor Nation. She might have epilepsy. Some people are doubting that. Oh my God. Did she start a fake investment company in May 2003 to lure Clayton to real estate transaction? What? And Dave does have a GoFundMe. OMG. Who would have thought? They say comedy is messy, but YouTube is a million times messier, because anyone can have a damn YouTube channel. And it's crazy. And some of these people are legit just the people who can't function in normal social in-person circumstances. So these parasocial relationships become so toxic for them. Okay, let's see. Let's see what they're saying in the GoFundMe. Oh my goodness. We just get on these little tangents on No Offense, All Offense. Dave Neal's legal fund, 12,000. Cash out. Go to the casino. Just kidding. 285 donations. The goal is 20,000. Update November 7, 2023. We are turning back on the donations. Dave informed me that his attorney is requiring a $10,000 retainer. What in the John Yates is going on? The constant, never-ending threat of lawsuits is extremely stressful and taxing. Any donation, big or small, is appreciated. Thank you. Dave Neal is facing potential legal battles within the Arizona and/or California court system. He could use a hand in hiring a lawyer or to properly represent him in court. Dave has been threatened by potential lawsuits. It has come to the point where he must start defending himself, and he needs legal representation to do so. Dave's motivation is revealing the truth, and only the truth. Let us help him protect his First Amendment right under the Constitution. This sounds a little Piers Morgan-y, or that other comedian that is problematic, that lifts a lot of weights and was almost canceled. Please note all funds will be going straight to Dave Neal. Financial receipts will also be provided to show how the donations were used by Dave Neal. I've heard that before. Not from Dave Neal, though. On a brighter note, if there is no need for legal representation, all funds will be refunded. Okay. If you still would like to donate, please donate to Clayton and help our dancing king. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I feel like I would just take those videos about her down, but I don't know the whole story. Okay. She did a TED Talk, you guys. What? Amy's saying this is the third time she allegedly has done this. We don't know. Laura, God bless. Do whatever you want. She's been threatening Reality Steve. Well, that I don't mind. That guy seems like kind of a douche. No offense, all offense. Didn't he date Kat from Big Brother for a minute? Yeah, no offense, all offense. He seems weird. So she's allegedly accused previous men of this. Oh. There's a subreddit called Justice for Clayton. Oh my gosh. Yep, she claims that Clayton is the father and wants to come up with a parenting plan. Well, that seems reasonable. The Reddit is 3 months old. Okay. Wow. Might be Sue happy. We don't know. Okay. Very sad. Yeah. Inspector Joleen. Inspector. She is pregnant. Oh no, that's sad. Dave Neal's wife in real life is pregnant. Well, I hope everything's okay. They don't need all the stress. Just found Clayton's GoFundMe. Clayton has $8,000 of a 10K goal. Well, Dave has over 12. So they must. Is Clayton popular in Bachelor Nation? But I figured you had heard. No, because I'm not like friends with Dave Neal. It's just I know him, and we have a mutual friend who I know him through, and she's good friends with him, but I don't talk to him like that. It's just comedy is such a small world. So I'm like, oh yeah, Dave Neal, I remember him. We were at the Comedy Store before, doing the mic and shit. He says if he realizes that Clayton is lying and she's telling the truth, that he will change his stance. Interesting. Huh. That is intense. Yes. Dave had a baby on the way while dealing with all this. Oh, that's so sad. So can he just like take the video list down and say, okay, good luck to you, Clayton? I mean, I feel like I would do that at this point. If she's like suing me, I'd just be like, okay, I'll just, I mean, he's probably already made all the money he can off of those videos. I don't know. That's just, oh, they're having a boy. Congratulations. That's so cute. If you read the Justice for Clayton Reddit, like, holy shit. Oh, gosh. Laura Owen sent Dave Neal a fake sonogram. Dave found that same sonogram from 10 years ago on the internet. did he like do that? What's it called when they back search the photo when people use like stock photos from Google as their own? Proving her wrong. He did investigative journalism. Ooh. Ooh. So Amy's, well, maybe he feels like a moral, like his moral integrity to keep going for what's right. He doesn't want to because we know she's lying, and this isn't the first time she's done this, Amy says. Greg Gillespie probably spent over $100,000 in legal fees for the same thing. Oh, that's what it is. Thank you, guys. Reverse image search. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Bright Art. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. He did an overlay of both sonograms. Justice for, but, oh, my God. This is cuckoo. Cuckoo Pachoo. Yeah, I found the Justice for for Clayton Reddit. The purpose of this subreddit is to gather and discuss evidence to support former Bachelor Clayton Eckerd in his legal battles. All information posted here is publicly available. We're dedicated to finding the truth and will not be silenced. We stand in support of our community members and condemn unnecessary litigation. We welcome communication with law enforcement agencies referred to the subreddit by litigants to address any concerns and ensure transparency. They have 1,000 members. Okay. So, breaking news 3 hours ago, as you guys were saying, Bachelor Clayton paternity scandal update. Sources says no longer preggers. Are you kidding me? Back to Dave Neal we go. Dave, is this a setup? This seems like great publicity. Oh my goodness. Breaking news. She's not pregnant. I think you guys mentioned that in the chat. Okay, the no fetal DNA. Oh no. Oh my God. Breaking Bachelor Clayton paternity scandal update. Source says no longer pregnant. Well, who's the source?
Ladies and gentlemen of Bachelor Nation, that she has in family court. I'm going to share what I can with you. Let's just know that this is a very credible source that has provided us the information that she says help Clayton out in this case if she just goes away and says, oh, I'm no longer pregnant. What's key here is the no longer pregnant. That is the claim that we have heard from a source. So again, the source alleges no longer pregnant. Now, does that mean Clayton believes that? I'm not sure, but I'm going to share with you the timeline where Jane Doe admitted she was pregnant. We have her essentially up to 24 plus weeks on the record saying she's pregnant. I'm going to share with you a defense that could help Jane Doe get out of this. Not that I necessarily want her to get away with this, but I think there are some defenses she could claim if in fact she was never pregnant in the first place. So do me a solid, hit the like button.
All right, let's fast forward a little bit. So I wish they would say who the source was, though.
Right now, and if you don't mind, make sure you're subscribed and all that.
Okay.
Best to provide the best defense or the best case for their client. That's what they're being paid to do. With Jane Doe, it's interesting because she's had, 8, 10, 7, whatever it is, different lawyers. And you can understand it's probably very tough for new lawyers to get caught up on the situation. So if our lawyer here, Lexi Lindvall, who is now representing Jane Doe, I think we can find the information right there. If she's not caught up on the situation, and here's a powerful email from Jane Doe about why she's being cyberbullied and this and that, she might say, okay, we'll take the case. Let's go. Yeah, I'd love to defend you. I mean, who wouldn't want to defend somebody who's getting harassed and all these things? I mean, on February 8th, I have an ongoing court case in LA Superior Court where I have to defend whether or not I'm harassing Miss Janeth Doeth over here, whose name I've never said, whose face I've never shared. But that's a very expensive use of freedom of speech. It's costing a fortune. So we don't know. And by the way, we've.
Okay, so yeah, I kind of get that. Like that, no matter what, she is taking him to court. He has to invest in lawyer, all these things, time. Oh goodness gracious! And so he's like, no, this is a First Amendment issue. What is that guy's name? That's like that. other guy, and he always has the table with the sign that's like, um reindeers are fake, prove me wrong. He just was debating Piers Morgan and protecting Alex Jones. I forget the guy's name, but he's a real douche canoe. Oh my goodness. I mean, that's a good question. Why doesn't he step back? He's having a kid. I think he doesn't have a choice now because she has brought this case to court, so he has to show up and he has to have representation. So yes, louder with Crowder. After all that stuff recently came out about him and how he treats his staff and how he's just an egomaniac loser trying to pump his way up to having actual confidence, and how he treats his ex-wife and just a yuckster. That guy, he's always talking about that shit and sticking up for Alex Jones and going, we don't know if Alex Jones did truly say that Sandy Hook. We don't know if he said that was fake, knowing it wasn't fake. We all know that Alex Jones is a bad faith actor. That's how he has made his living. That's how he continues to. He is not who he says he is online. He does that for money and clicks and views. And yeah, he's a bad faith actor. Clear and simple. So I saw him and Piers Morgan have a debate about it, and I'm like, oh, two losers. Oh, that's too bad that it's getting to him. Amy says he wouldn't say the source is in the Patreon or on the Patreon either, but he assured us it's a reliable one and they've been vetted. He learned from Reality Steve's mistakes in the past by not vetting people. How is Reality Steve such a big deal in this Bachelor world? I look at him and I'm like, no, thanky.
Got this date here was the last date that Jane Doe shared her baby belly. Help me out on this. I believe this was October 24th. After this hearing, which is when Clayton Echard didn't have representation. He didn't have representation for this hearing. A part 2 of this hearing.
Why wouldn't he have representation?
Then came out, which shared, thanks to your money and your funds and
Joleen
your
Lunzer's number one fan.
crowdsourcing, Clayton getting legal help that could help him file the right motions and whatnot. So since he's had legal help, he has filed these new motions here, which you see Clayton's the respondent. The petitioner here in this family court was the alleged pregnant Jane Doe. Clayton's response now is an amended response to petition to establish paternity. We covered this in the last video, but essentially he's making sure with his legal representation that he has now, because he's not alone as he was before, that he does all the right things to get all the right information in there, not just for this case to be dismissed, but to prove non-paternity. So here's the affidavit of non-paternity. This is him saying, we don't want the case to go away. We want to prove we were never the father. If she wants to say she was pregnant, that's a different story. Now, I personally believe here that it'll be important to prove whether she was pregnant or not. But, people might say, but Dave, this is so delicate that you would make a woman who just lost her twins, prove that she was even pregnant in the first place. And I say, no, of course. That's the reason we're in this mess in the first place, because nobody wants to challenge whether or not someone was actually pregnant. That's a horrible thing to do, right?
Yeah.
But with this case, with the previous cases where respondents in previous cases alleged that she was never actually pregnant and she accused her previous boyfriend of coercing an abortion, which I believe the judge dismissed, the infliction of emotional distress or whatever it was called. The judge had dismissed that, but she does have restraining orders against Clayton and the other guy. She has one restraining orders. Clayton has one, an injunction against harassment against her. She's getting or trying to get an injunction against harassment on me. And I believe she's also trying to get one on a fellow YouTuber who, by the way, could be, I'm not 100% sure, it could be Liz Neptune or it could be a different TikToker. There's so many different people here that are now in this club of people that are essentially dealing with lawsuits.
All right. Well, that's enough of that coverage. I don't want any part of that. Godspeed for Dave Neal. I've had my own crazy YouTuber stuff far too many times. Very interesting. If you want to see more, you can go to Dave Neal's channel. That's Dave Neal. I believe he has multiple channels where he covers Bachelor Nation and other subjects. So go over there if you want to support and subscribe to Dave Neal. But I don't, once I saw she's going after the ladies, Godspeed, lady. Do what you need to do. I hope you get well soon. I'm done with that now. Okay, let's get into but thank you for bringing, it was very interesting. It's very interesting story that I do not know the answer for, but I hope everything is okay for my fellow comedian, Dave Neal. All right, so Kyle Richards did Us Weekly. We know the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Kyle Richards. she is staying fit since her split. And she is saying that, she's taken herself first. Yes, great story. I love when you guys bring stuff up. Thank you so much for bringing that to the table. I'm still going, Monty. This is a marathon. Almost 3. I'm having too much fun today, Monty, and we're still thinking about you. Off topic. Thank you, Joleen Lunzer's #1 fan. Joleen has great hair today. Stop. Thank you. I did blow it out. Okay. So according to her Us Weekly article, they're talking about her body because she's got that celebrity body. Kyle Richards is in the best shape of her life. We know that. She said, I think back to when I was in my 20s and 30s, and I look better than I did then. I mean, yeah. And that's after having 4 kids. Oh, gosh. See, it just goes to show you, you're not really ugly. You're just poor, because we could all be as beautiful as Kyle feels and says she is if we all had money for the facelifts and the plastic surgery and the nose jobs, even though I have had a nose job. Thank you, Dr. Griscavitz in Minneapolis. But if I could get more things, I could do some stuff, get some lips, get some titties, no offense, all offense. But Kyle has, worked very hard on her body. Her body does look so good. Okay. And she's 54 and she is fit and she is at the gym all the time because she's allegedly with Morgan Wade, even though she says they're just really close friends who are together all the time, who do sexy music videos together and tattoo each other's names on their bodies. Okay. Everyone has a girlfriend like that. Thank you, Danny. Don't waste your money on all these expensive products. Money is the only moisturizer that works. You just rub it on your skin. Okay. It's like how Magic Johnson has the cure for AIDS. All right. It's money. It's money. Okay. Everything. Money. All right. So shout out to South Park. That was an entire South Park episode about Magic Johnson and money and all of that. Okay. So Kyle says it's definitely never too late, but it can be too poor. It can be too poor. All right. Richards 54 has made fitness priority as she continues to navigate her separation from her husband of 27 years, Mauricio, who was in Aspen. We know they have the home in Aspen, and he was seen with young influencers looking like a grandpa. No offense, all offense, Mauricio, but why are you hanging out with people the ages of your daughters and partying? And they're like snowboards, and it looks crazy. It looks cuckoo. But I digress. He's just like hanging out. And I know Kyle's girlfriend is like 28. So that's creepy too. Let's see. Kyle says, when I was younger, I used to work out to lose weight, says the former actress. Now it's for me. First and foremost, my mental health. The fact that it makes me look good is just a bonus. Richard opens up more about staying fit. We don't care about that. You look fantastic, they say. What inspired you to transform your body? Us Weekly asks her. Allegedly. They were bought and paid. Well, then he got a photo shoot with his family. Apparently, those photos that Kyle and Mauricio take as a united front with the kids are allegedly bought and paid for. And just they get paid for it, which doesn't surprise me. It's like a photo shoot for the stars. So they're saying, Kyle, how did you transform your body? And she said, I had a breast reduction in 2022. My tits were too big. No, that's how I would say it. My tuts were just huge. It's got to get rid of these huge tuts. I tell my husband, Chell, I want a breast reduction. And it's not like I'm got G's over here, but they're big enough that I'm just over it. I'm 43. I just want a little itty bitty titty. I want to be in the itty bitty titty committee, the kind where you just throw on a top and you walk out the door. Why? Little tits are the shit. I'm not feeding no babies. Okay. I just want little itty bitty titties, just a little nipple and a little extra love, just a little. I don't need bajungas. Okay. I don't want to wear a bra. I want to just go about my life braless. I don't want to hit myself in the face. I don't want to have a bad back. I just want itty bitty titty committee, breast reduction. So, okay, Kyle. And she wasn't able to work out for 8 weeks. At the time I was on vacation in Europe. Rich people problems, eating pasta and drinking wine and cocktails. Poor Kyle. By the end of the trip, I didn't recognize myself. Oh, then she takes it real life. I had also just lost my best friend too. the S word, which you can't say on YouTube, which was so sad this season. I didn't even talk about that in my recent breakdown of Beverly Hills, but yeah, Kyle's friend just so sad, so sad. Okay. And I wasn't taking care of myself, and it was making me more depressed. So after we left, I said, that's it. I'm not going to have bad carbs, no sugar, no pasta, no bread, no alcohol, no fun. No. And I'm going to work out every single day. I mean, that can happen after you lose someone that tragically and that suddenly. And at that age, you realize your own mortality. You just, different people have different reactions. And Kyle's was, I'm going to get fit for myself. Okay. They say, did you notice a big difference? And she said, I started seeing results pretty fast. Ugh, I never start seeing results pretty fast. Even though I wasn't a big drinker. Okay, splits in a ponytail, twirl on the ground while sweeping the floor of Garcelle's birthday party with your vagina. Sure. While you assaulted Sutton. Okay, Kyle, come on now. Plus you have alcoholism in your family history, so it's not the worst idea to give up drinking. But she says she wasn't a big drinker. Removing alcohol made such a difference in my skin and how I felt. Well, you do look good. And the facelift, I'm sure, helped as well. But don't pull it too tight. Don't pull it too tight. What do you do for exercise? She said, I've always worked out, but I was doing the same thing on repeat. I'd go on hikes and spin. So she just go on hikes and spin in a circle? That's crazy. I started including weights, hot yoga, and running. I hate hot yoga. I know people are like, you should love it. It's hot. First of all, I don't really like yoga studios. No offense, all offense. Maybe it was just the one I went to in LA for the longest time because the mat on the floor had like these little holes, almost like a beehive or something. And every time it's like dark and it's hot. And every time I would get up from it, some other chick's hair would be all over me. There's too much hair. They need to get regular floors, regular mats, and Swiffer sweep after every class. And I just, we did hot. Did we do hot Pilates? It was so hot. No, I didn't like it. Did I? No. No. I don't think I did. Okay. But hot yoga, and everyone's sweating and their hair is falling out and it's getting on me and I can't take it. Okay. So she said it clears her head. Us Weekly says, your abs are amazing. And she said, I wanted to get a tummy tuck. Girl, lucky. And when I had my breast reduction, just do it all in one, The doctor wouldn't do it. He said, we'll talk about it later. I started doing a Peloton 10-minute abs thing, then 15 minutes every day. Someone said those Peloton, just like subscription workouts without the actual bike, are pretty amazing. I had a friend swear by them. But then again, I would have to move my body and work out again. And the last time I was hardcore working out, it was to Jillian Michaels, and she was just yelling at me, and it worked. So maybe I need her to. Maybe I need to go back to Jillian Michaels. All right. So let me share this while we're reading it, so you can see Kyle's hot bod. I immediately thought it was Ozempic. I mean, who didn't? When she first started losing weight, I was like, Ozempic, because everyone Ozempic, or as Erica Jane says, hormonals. So, some people have called your new look your revenge body. Do you agree with that, Kyle? And Kyle says, it's certainly not meant to be a revenge body. It's meant to be an I feel good body. Get it, Kyle? Look at that. Working out in a bikini, that's a choice. And that's a life I'll probably never know. But I mean, her waist, everything is just it's so teeny. It's so teeny. It's so yiddo. They say you've been open about overcoming body struggles. Are you proud of getting such a healthy place? Well, if she's open about her body struggles, maybe she shouldn't comment on whether Sutton eats or not. I know Sutton took a low blow with the sister comment, but for you guys to be out there possibly outing a possibly eating disorder that Sutton has, not a good look. Not a good. I'm just saying. She says, as someone who's had body image issues their whole life, it's kind of funny that I'd be on the cover of a diet and fitness issue magazine. It's funny. Growing up with my sisters, they were both blonde and skinny, which was very much the look. Oh, I was brunette and curvy. I love it. It's like LA curvy, you know, it's like over a 0. Oh, she's so curvy. Oh my goodness. And was always trying to be thin. I started working out when I was like 15, but I've learned to switch things up and what my body needs. What do you do when you're not motivated? Oh my God. Oh, boring. What do you eat each day? Oh, what does she eat? Breakfast is either a protein shake with a banana or oatmeal with berries. So I stay regular. No, I added that part, but she's probably regular with the oatmeal. For a snack, I like apples and peanut butter or string cheese. Ooh, I like Reese's Christmas trees, personally. I eat raw nuts. Ugh, why waste your time? You can still get them roasted. It's not going to kill you. When I want something crunchy or healthy popcorn like Skinny Pop, lunch is chicken or grilled fish on salad. Ooh, what kind of dressing? And what kind of veggies? Do you put cukes on that? I like to put those spicy pistachios that come in the red bag. Oh, they're so good on my salads. At night, I eat a lot of salmon. Oh my God, boring. Halibut. Okay. Chicken paillard. What the hell is that? And arugula and lemon. Arugula, isn't that something you just put on the side for decoration? I don't think you're supposed to eat that part. I like eating at home, so I know what's going into my food, into my body, into my machine. Would you say your diet is just as important as exercise? Kyle says you have to be committed to both. If I don't eat well, it affects my mood. Tell me about it, girl. I finished 2 packages of those Reese's Christmas trees, and I have never felt worse about myself. And then miraculously the next day, I felt fine and did it again. So time does heal all wounds. What's your ultimate body goal? Kyle says, I don't want to lose any more weight. Girl, you don't have any more to lose. I'm 5'2". Oh my gosh, you're teeny. And the heaviest I ever was 132 pounds. Okay. That's not very heavy. If I was 132 pounds, you guys would be like, Joleen, you look skeletal. Because I was 130 something when I moved to LA. And I'm 5'7". And yeah, I was pretty skinny. No offense, all offense, no bragging. But since then, I've eaten myself back to another place, which I believe was after my trip to Europe. Now it's settled at 117, but I need to change up my workouts. Well, she has so much muscle on her body too. Muscle weighs more than fat, ladies. That's what my dad always told me. I think he thought that would prevent me from an eating disorder because he was like, get muscle, get strong. Remember, muscle weighs more than fat. And I was like, yeah. So every time the scale goes up, I'm just like, I'm super muscular. It must just be all my muscles. I'm just really strong. So just say that to yourself. Next time you get on the scale, if you choose to, you don't have to, who cares? And you don't like the number, say, oh, it's just my muscle. It weighs more than fat. I just have a lot of heavy muscles I'm carrying. Okay, so she has a trainer because she's rich. Corey G Fitness on Instagram. Oh, giving him a shout out. And he'll email me a routine. You have to keep changing it constantly. Otherwise, the progress will halt. All right. Do you have a favorite body part? She said, my stomach surprises me. When I'm lying down, I can see I have a 6-pack. When I stand up, I have loose skin from having these damn babies. So I won't be posing standing up. Ha ha ha, she laughs. My legs are also really strong. I've been spinning for years, just spinning my wheels on the Housewives. I mean, she looks good. I would be in a bikini every day if I looked like that. I'd be insufferable. You guys would be like, I'm not going to Joleen's channel anymore. She's just showing off her vaginal and stomach area in a bikini. I'm not here for that. Then I would have to start an OnlyFans. Okay. Then they ask, what's your advice for people looking to make a lifestyle changes? It's about surrounding yourself with people who support you like Morgan Wade. Okay, I added that part. My friends happen to be like me. We want to take care of our bodies and enjoy hiking and then grabbing coffee. Oh, all my friends are basically what she's saying is my friends are hotter than your friends. Your friends want to eat carbs and talk shit. My friends want to hike and get coffee and work out. Are you still not drinking? Kyle says, I haven't had 1 drop of alcohol, okay, since July 15th, 2022. I don't miss it. After 2 glasses of wine, I'd wake up and feel like I was dragging. Like I'm going to skip my workout today. I'm tired and I feel like having In-N-Out. Oh yeah, In-N-Out. In-N-Out's fries suck though. I know they're natural fries and they're oh, they cut them there and it's so beautiful, but they're gross. They have to gross it up like McDonald's does. Whatever McDonald's does, it's working, even though they're overly salted. But In-N-Out, it's too natural. I'm like, I don't want to taste all the potato. Okay, I'm not a monster. God. It was a domino effect, she said. I was never a big drinker. You've said that twice now. Kyle protests too much. So you'd think, how much of a difference could it make? But it really does. We need to, not saying Kyle's an alcoholic, but we need to have conversations in society about functioning alcoholism and high functioning alcoholism, because you don't got to be on Skid Row to maybe go, I drink a little too much. You know. Oh, goodness. Do you think you'll continue to abstain from alcohol? Kyle says, I don't see myself drinking again. I love the way I feel and look. Rawr. Has anyone been supportive of your decision to stop drinking? Or has everyone? Kyle says, when you choose to stop drinking on your own, it's interesting how it's met with such resistance from your peers. In the beginning, I was like, I'm just going to pretend I'm drinking. I did that too. Sometimes I still do that at comedy shows, just so people don't ask questions. So I don't have to tell the story over and over again. I just was a bad drunk and I just like kicked windows and like outed people's private secrets. So I just wasn't a fun time. And sometimes I peed myself. So I just thought I'd stop. And then people are like, oh, TMI. And I'm like, yep, that's me. So I'm just going to pretend I'm drinking. I would whisper to the waiter, I'm going to order a vodka soda and then just bring me a club soda. I don't go through that. I just get like a soda water and cranberry juice with a lime. And then Kyle was wondering, why am I having to pretend at my age? I think about my daughters and peer pressure. And here I am telling Kyle, we know you fall victim to peer pressure, feeling like I don't want to be pressured into this. So I stopped pretending. I was like, guys, I promise you, I'm still going to be fun. On Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, some cast members talked about you going to the gym on vacation, hinted you've reached alcohol or you've replaced alcohol with exercise. Ooh, Kyle says, I don't understand why doing something good for you is looked down upon. Well, people can be addicted. There are a lot of addicts who then become addicted to exercising or running marathons. It's just that like that intensity at which, I'm not saying you're an addict, but at which we go into things. We just replace one for another. So it's not out of the question. I was up at 5 o'clock. Why wouldn't I do something that makes me feel good and gives me energy? Maybe it's a reflection of something they don't like about themselves. Ooh, Kyle, so shady. What does self-care mean to you? She said, masturbating. No, today was a self-care day, Kyle said. I worked out, took Portia to school, and now I need to go to Home Goods and buy ridiculous things I don't need. Kyle, you do not buy stuff at Home Goods. I buy that cheap shit. You do not. Stop. I love Home Goods. That makes me feel good. And then I go throw it away and break it so poor people can't have it. No, she didn't say that, but I think she was thinking that. That makes me feel good. And then I'll go to bed early with a good book. Okay. Have you been watching this season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Yes, sometimes it gives me anxiety, like flying on a plane used to. Sometimes it's okay. It was difficult shooting this season because I was going through stuff in my marriage, but our daughters didn't know, and I didn't feel like sharing it on camera yet, but I was honest with the cast. When they started grilling me, I was like, why are you acting like I haven't been honest? I told you it's the worst year we've ever had. Did they want me to take them inside my bedroom and show them all the sex I wasn't having? I don't know what they wanted me to do. I feel like people I considered my friends hurt me. Ooh, was there anything specific you were nervous for viewers to see? Kyle said things about my marriage. I didn't know how to navigate it off camera, let alone on camera. They asked her, what's your message to fans? People were upset when they heard Mauricio and I were having problems. I felt like we let people down. Oh, she started crying during this interview. It says, starts crying. Some were saying our marriage was a farce the whole time, but there were also sweet and supportive messages. Aw, I didn't know so many people cared, but they've been in my home for 13 years watching us. Yeah, people are going to care. Do you feel closer to a place of happiness now? Kyle says, in a lot of ways, I feel happy, but I'm also struggling because it's all new to me. I've been married my whole life. Oh, how fun. What's your relationship with Mauricio currently? Here we go. We still live in the same house and we spent the holidays together and took pictures for the paid photo magazine things we have, allegedly. I have no idea how long we'll be like that, but we are trying to be as normal as possible in a very unnormal situation. So we still live in the same house and we spent the holidays together. He was with Instagram people, young people in bikinis and snowboard pants at bars doing shots with squirt guns, I think. Were you there? I have no idea how long we'll be like that, but we're trying to be as normal as possible in a very unnormal situation. Mauricio still he's like, we like to party. We like to party. Is there still love out there? She says, we love each other. We go to therapy. We both want to see each other happy. I don't know what the future looks like. That's the hardest part because the unknown is scary. Oh my God. Well, just she said we go to therapy. She didn't say we go to therapy together. Okay, there she is. More gym selfies. Love it. You recently ran a 10K with your friend, singer Morgan Wade. Did you motivate each other? All my friends do. I've been shooting a documentary on the road with Morgan, so we'll go to the gym together. What? Is it under Kyle's production team? Morgan, get it, girl. Get those benefits. What's happening with the doc? I'll probably be shooting that for a few months. It started out as a documentary and then kind of turned into a sex tape. No, something else. I better stop. Oh, Kyle. Are you and Morgan sick of all the dating rumors? Kyle says, I don't even think about it anymore. It doesn't faze me except for when it phases me. Do you regret putting your friendship with her on the show? Kyle says, in the beginning I did, because even though she's an artist and a musician and sexy and hot and loves to do the fingerlings, she's not someone who wants attention. I felt bad about that. She's a country star. Okay. How did Mauricio respond to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills scene where you tattoo your initial on Morgan's arm? Kyle says, he likes Morgan a lot. How much, Kyle? How much? We've gone to her shows as a family. Oh my God, not as a family. What they didn't show in that scene was me saying, I'm going to do a tattoo on you, and her saying, you can, I don't care. I was drawing flowers, a pumpkin, but I can't draw to save my life. So that's why I just ended up doing a K. You wrote a memoir in 2011. Would you ever write another book? Please don't. No offense, all offense, Kyle. I'd write one about mental health and anxiety. I think I had my first panic attack when I was 12. And it got so bad during different times in my life, it was debilitating. Like on that plane that one time in season 1. I took Prozac. I took Lexapro. And oddly enough, I don't take anything now because I'm rich. Even though I'm going through such a hard time, I used humor and the other ways of dealing with it because nobody wanted to talk about it. But when I lost my best friend, I thought, okay, this is a mental health issue I would like to address because of what happened to her and how it affected me. They said, what did 2023 teach you? And she said that I can handle a lot more than I ever imagined. And I'm stronger than I realized. And finally, what are you looking to leave behind as we go into the new year? And she said, Dick. No, she said, Mauricio. No, she said, negativity from Dick. No, just negativity. And any stress and pain from Dick. No, I've been holding on to. I want things to be a little more quiet. And I want to go into 2024 happy and at peace with no Dick. No, just happy and at peace, you guys. Ooh, you guys. All right. They're not getting back together. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. They're never getting back together. It's not going to happen. Yeah, Mauricio is going to smoke. He's going to have some drinks. You're funny. Do you say? Yeah, I say I wasn't. I say I was too good at drinking, and I just did it too much, and I wasn't fun. I don't drink THC infused drinks. I don't even know what those are or where I would get those, or what they do. Is that just like a weed drink? Yes, McDonald's isn't real food. It's horrible. It's evil. But whatever they're doing to the fries with the fake stuff is amazing. Oh my gosh. I'll take being a size 8. I'd love to be a size 8 again. I just got to get out of double digits, and that'll happen. Maybe not. Who cares? Evelyn says, Kyle seems insufferable to me. Natasha says, if I was 5'10", or I'm 5'10", and if I was 132 pounds, I would fall down. You wouldn't get up. You'd be all head. Yeah. Just spinning my wheels. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Crazy. Well, you guys, we covered a lot of ground today. We talked about, Americory, Suri and Jared's podcast, Kevin Hart and Tasha K, some guy from Bachelor Nation with comedian Dave Neal, Kyle Richards. I mean, we really did it all. We're amazing people. All of you for staying on this journey, 200 plus for over 3 hours. Hit that like if you haven't already. Let's do it again. Maybe tomorrow. Might be earlier, might be later, because I have a lunch with my mother-in-law who's in town. So it was a journey, and we love a journey. That's what No Offense, All Offense is all about. It's about the journey and the craziness and the laughs. So smash that like on your way out. You guys, you're all beautiful, wonderful, peppermint mocha babies, and you deserve the best. I'll be back soon with more content. Leave a comment after the video posts. I love to hear from you. And obviously I couldn't get to all your comments. I apologize. Shout out to all of my super chatters today. And those of you who joined a membership here or on Patreon, I appreciate your support. Mtronics, Jay, Real Tea with Krista Marie, and Evelyn. You guys, so appreciated. Thank you for participating in the live chat as well, everyone. I need to go eat some lunch. Hearing how skinny Kyle is only made me hungrier. All right, you guys, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye. If you like what you see.